Boom. Hey everyone, how's it going?
Hey.
I just got straight off the job site. I'm running a bit late, guys. Sorry. Just got straight off the job site. So everyone, say hello to NTYs and Darkgale, the co-hosts.
Hello.
I was running a bit late. My apologies, everyone. But we're here. We made it on time. Did you win your AV, Darkgale? Did you win your AV?
Not yet, but I can just leave it if it's
No.
too much of a turtle.
How much World of Warcraft have you fucking played and yapped at the same time? I think you're an expert. I think you can manage it.
We'll see.
How you guys been? How's your last couple weeks? Hey?
Pretty good. I
Good?
think this 2 weeks is pretty good to me. Ranking actually had it on a cap where I had to do more than like 2 days gameplay, so it's always a bit nice to actually, do a couple games, get you exalted and stuff. And SOD came out with the fucking Phase 7, so I did a bit of that.
Have you done Kara Crypts or no?
Yeah, I've done Kara Crypts a couple times. It's it's a bit of a nightmare with being a daily lockout and being so long is that you inevitably lose people and then you can't fill it.
True.
It's lockout, so it's...
So wait, the dungeon's a daily lockout, is it?
Yeah.
Sorry if we're just going like straight into it, but...
Yeah, it's... Well, yeah, that's what I've been doing.
I know. Wait, before we get stuck into that though, NT-wise, how you been going? You been ranking or you been busy or what you been up to?
Yeah, I've been ranking. I've been playing too much WoW, to be honest. Because I'm still preparing for season 2. I think is on retail. I'm still playing retail. So season 2.
Yeah, looking forward to that as well.
Is like, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks away. So I've just been prepping for that. And playing classic.
Still haven't
obviously
announced the date. I was going to ask you about that.
No date yet, but it will just time with because they've got that Turbulent Timeways event on at the moment. And that finishes on like the 25th of February. So obviously it'll be the new patch will kick off like.
Knew about the retail event, yep.
Yeah. It'll just be when that event finishes. That's when the patch will start to like 25th or something.
What's that event? Just time walking or?
Yeah, they do the time walking, but they go through every expansion. Every week's a different expansion rather than waiting for a month or whatever it is. But yeah, that and then obviously just been stuck in AV, unfortunately. But I got to rank. What do we? I capped again, so I think we get to rank 10.
Yeah.
And then I think I'm just going to chill. I don't think I'm going to do another full week of thing. I'll just do one of the caps or something. Because you don't get anything at 11, and then I assume that we'll be 11 for at least a few weeks.
You get a cheap mount for 11, so it's like a.
I've already got my epic mount, so yeah, I don't really. Okay. But I think we'll be at 11 for a little bit, at least 2-3 weeks. So I'll chill for now.
People are saying BWL March 6th or March something.
Yeah, there. And I don't think I've ever been past like rank 11 anyway. So I assume it's like the grind doesn't really kick off until 11, 12, right?
Yeah, I'd say it. I mean, assuming you're doing a double rank this week with the 300k honor, that's
I already did that.
Yeah, 300k honor is kind of as bad as it gets. 500k is your absolute limit. So
yeah. I'm not looking forward to that.
It's part of why I'm grinding so hard this week, so I don't have to do a 418k next week.
Is that sad face, Darkgale? What's that?
It's a nervous face, dude. We've had some fucking turtles. So when I was watching the UFC over the weekend, I was getting 12k honor per hour while not looking at my screen. And then there's games that I've done on stream at night where we've been getting like maybe 3k honor per hour. It's
in AV.
Yeah, it's.
Are the AVs like running long or what? This is getting kind of like
because there's no reinforcement counter. If people total, you just get stuck. And you either leave and eat the 15-minute penalty, or you try ride it out, and it becomes a copium factor at about the 40-minute mark, where it's like I should have left half an hour ago.
Yeah, but you could have left, stat your 15-minute and then just re-queued into another one that's stuck like that. So
yeah,
that's also the
that's
risky
what's
race.
been happening. That's how you get the 3K per hour. Is you queue, it's fresh, gets stuck. It's like, oh.
Yeah,
I was queuing into like 30 horde defending and stuff. It yeah, and the alliance were equally accountable for like. Honestly, I blame the Maladath players, but yeah. It's mostly an issue at night. Like once it becomes OCE, it's like
that's
those are the 3 Maladath players that are in your BG.
Yeah, it's weird because like there'll be like 6 Maladath players in the BG and 100%,
and they're all the shit ones, just by chance.
No, they'll be on defense. So like the worst thing you can do in AV is defend because
God forbid you want to win.
The worst thing, I feel like there'd be worse things you could do.
The win on is an extra 200 honor, so AFKing at least the game ends. Like it's one of those things where defending, you're actively slowing down the game. Whereas if you're AFK, I mean, you're not
this
really
is actually pretty like
game.
fair take here, NT Wise from Darkgale, because like the only time to defend is if it's like I don't know, because there was the meta where they were rushing so quick.
Yeah, the Dreckle Keck.
Yeah, where you don't get the tower honor. But if you like defend a little bit, you get the
honor.
Yeah, and then you get the tower and lieutenant honor. That after that's happened, it should just be whoever gets the boss down next.
Yeah, ideal
wins,
game's about 10 minutes long.
Yeah,
because
I didn't get many of the 10-minute ones.
No,
I got like 14, which I'm happy with that.
That's good. That's fine.
Yeah, under 20 is
how long's
really,
the queue for you guys?
happy with under 20.
How long's the queue?
Oh,
instant for
Alliance. Yeah, well, not instant for me, but like
on horde.
Yeah, no, you're not waiting
under
around.
a minute.
Put it this way, I couldn't run if I had something in my mailbox. I wouldn't make it to the mailbox. In that old town before the queue popped.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh, your alliance as well. Okay. I was like,
yeah.
Even in Thunderbluff.
Well, then there's literally 0 point like delaying the game. You know what I mean? You'd rather get in. Well, if you're ranking, I don't know. We're talking it as like a bunch of degens, right? Where it's like we want to maximize the hour per hour, honor per hour.
If you want to fuck around and have fun, Warsong Gulch is there, and it's much more competitive.
Yeah, but there's no NPCs in Warsong Gulch to attack.
Right? So a lot of people wanted the ref, right?
NPCs. So you get two dog shit to beat real players. So you need the NPCs, but then you spend it smearing AV. Got it?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Do you guys want? Is there much more you want to talk about with the PvP stuff, or do you want to get into some of the like bullet point topics we got here? Like, was there any other notable
I think
PvP
that's
stuff?
all of it on the PvP. Like, we're all getting our ranks.
Have you been solo queuing or like grouping up? Can you even pre-made AV just 5 minutes?
You can queue as a group of 5.
Yeah.
I've sort of been doing it depending on who's going to be. The trick here is that I'm like queuing, and other people will queue 1, then disappear for 15 minutes, then queue. It's like, bro, I'm straight queuing. Like, I'm not taking a break.
With
My breaks are in AV.
With AV, for me, I'd rather just queue by myself and have something on the second monitor kind of thing.
Yeah. Exactly what you're meant to do. I wish everyone played it like that.
Yeah.
Look at your screen. There's no point.
Like if like a lot of some of the times I was ranking, like I was playing, I was working from home. So I was like doing other things at the same time. But once like, I start getting into like Warsong, then obviously I would jump in comms and stuff because I think you're trolling if you're not. But in terms of like AV, it's like, who fucking cares? I don't know. I don't really see AV as PvP, but
true.
No, it's not really PvP. It's getting free honor with very little effort. And if you're putting effort into AV, you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah, people get really upset about it. I don't know. I just didn't. If we turtled, I don't know. I didn't care. It's just like,
the turtle's kind of annoying if it's like you're getting multiple turtles back to back, because then you're just not getting honor. Like if you're trying to do some of the bigger caps, like doing 330k, and if you get, a couple hours of straight turtles, it's pretty miserable.
Yeah, I don't know. The only fun PvP in AV is like if you do get a 5-man, then just like camp a graveyard and kill everyone that gets stuck there.
Yeah,
and then everyone cries about that.
Graveyard, like you go do like if you're Alliance, camping Frostwolf is just a free way to trap a whole bunch of horde defenders. Like they just get stuck there, and they're in the open. There's nothing they can do. You literally can hit them from all sides. Like, And the same goes with Stormpike for for the reverse.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you would ever be, on defense when you can take an offensive graveyard and just farm them.
That's like what you need to do. If you've got a couple good players, you got to camp the graveyard so you can end the game. But like obviously if people are turtling, you're probably not playing with good players. So they're just like the vicious cycle continues, right? So.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of, and I'm assuming the Alliance team are doing the reverse, because obviously I'm just playing Alliance at the moment, but like there'll be Horde teams that run around Belinda and then get the back end of the Alliance Zerg.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, you've just added 5-10 minutes to your AV.
If they're doing it to piss you off, it's working, right?
Yeah, well
it doesn't really piss me off. I'm just like, okay. It's just, it's like
you're also on a poor person's mount. You're on a poor mount as well, though.
Oh yeah.
You can't get away.
I got all the move speed boosts though, so it's a decently boosted poor person's mount. I'm not super worried about it. They're just shooting themselves in the foot doing it though.
So, okay. Well, report back once you're like rank 11 or you got your Frostwolf mount, Darkgale, and we'll see how much fun AV is for another 2 weeks. We'll see what happens. But moving on, do you guys want to talk about, what do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about the OnlyFangs raid, or you want to like jump into some drama with like pirates striking down videos and like the Quinn versus
I hit the pirate stuff because that seems really absurd to me, but I didn't read too much into it.
Yeah.
So he I don't know if that's the thing. I don't know if he's actually. So I posted a tweet from Jokered because Jokered got a community strike, which is not necessarily like a DMCA or one that's directly from Pirate. And I even mentioned that in the fucking tweet because I knew he was going to fucking try and spin it like he did the last tweet, and he did reply to it and saying it's not him, even though I said it was. That I said something along the lines of like the YouTube system is like, and if you've ever played around with it, it's horrible. It's like you can pretend to be someone else and like there's no onus on them to actually
that's what
prove
happened
anything.
With a lot of it, right? Someone was saying that someone's claiming all the videos, but it was some
potentially. But the thing is, with this one's a community strike, so this could just be a bunch of his. And this is what I think's happened. His community have just like I don't know if he's mentioned it in his Discord or something, but they've just like mass flagged it, and they've got a community strike around it. Because I think it was done, like the reasoning was cyberbullying, which is fucking insane when you're just criticizing someone for being a shitty player.
He was pretty aggressive about it, but so did Ampy's videos got turned?
I don't know about Ampy. I know Quinn's got done as well. But
wait,
why I say I think it's like a joint effort from his communities, because they basically, that's how I've never been community noted before, and the first time that I've ever been community noted was this guy.
Yeah. And his
people arguing with me about your community note, like it adds important context. I'm like, it has nothing to do with the level of threat.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is, you can't. I see it from both ends, but I know what my intentions were. But I see it from both ends. But yeah, it was silly.
It's not downplaying it. Just like
it's escalating it. If anything. Like,
I just want to be able to send my reports directly to Blizzard and actually have them read them. That's all I want, dude.
And another reason why I suspect it's him, or at least his community, is because he got ousted, I think, this week about the DMCAing a indie game.
Yeah.
Because they used his fucking voice lines.
Wait, but okay, maybe I don't understand DMCA lore enough, but his entire OST is free use.
Yeah.
So then the issue is the voice lines are separate to that.
Yeah. He DMCA'd it because his voice lines were in it without his permission.
But his OST is free use. I wouldn't have even thought.
He got it worked because the game got taken down from Steam. So
that's just so petty, though. I mean, the guy always talks.
It is very petty, and that's why I'm saying I think it is him, or at least his community, because
people were saying as well that the guy did immediately remove the voice lines, and there was like a off of Steam version you could download. I don't know if it was on like itch.io or something. and he still DMCA'd it. Like he DMCA'd the Steam one after the guy removed his voice lines or whatever. I think that's what like kept that controversy going. I might not be. I don't. I vaguely saw that,
seems
but
stupid to me. I just like.
I'm sure there's an argument to be made from like an actual copyright or DMCA lawyer to be like, nah, this is all
just petty,
it's not
right?
like he has a publisher breathing down his neck about it. He's his own publisher. So,
so this is like the way I mean, obviously not to this extent. This would be a lot more extreme, but it's kind of like if Blizzard were to DMCA you guys for streaming WoW, because potentially they could do that.
But they have the legal right? So it's petty if they do it.
Exactly. That's what I think. I think that might be similar to what that might be similar to what's happened here in a way.
What's this? Is it Sega or the other like Japanese game company of notorious for doing this as well? Well,
Nintendo are horror, Nintendo.
But is it Sega as well, or no? Maybe I'm getting that wrong.
Sega's owned by Xbox now.
I don't know.
Or Microsoft, or am I crazy? Or is it Nintendo?
By Microsoft.
Sonic got bought out by someone.
Maybe it is just Nintendo, and that's why I'm getting it confused. Because Sonic was Sega, right? I don't know.
I think it's Microsoft. I think they took the rights at some point.
Yeah.
Someone's saying the game on Steam didn't have his lines or something, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Necro. That's what I heard too.
Okay.
That like it did have the voice lines. He complained about it. The guy removed the voice lines and still
in his comment to my post, someone said, no, you're being a dog for doing it. And he actually went back and defended it and said, no, it is DMCA, blah, 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 blah. So I don't fucking know. But that's the thing. It's like he's so petty. And it's like I think this is probably one of the biggest things since I've come out of OnlyFangs or this whole drama is just like, I feel like his mask has slipped a little bit.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Yeah,
all this.
It has for me. So, I mean,
like if Darkgale or Todd, if you came to me, I don't know, what is it, 2 months ago, and we just started talking pirate software, I would have called you a fucking idiot. I would have been like, hey,
you're freaking out.
He's a nice guy, man. Leave him alone, kind of thing. But now it's just like, oh no, he's not.
Yeah.
Dude, he's not that of a nice person.
I just don't understand this whole thing. I don't understand why he keeps doing this shit. Like, why not?
Because it's built into his character at this point, DG, right?
I think it's like people keep saying Nepo baby, but I feel like it's kind of like I get a only child syndrome kind of vibes from him.
But it's a bit of both, right? Like,
potentially, yeah.
But man, it doesn't help too when you got Asmongold still talking about the drama. And then, like, I saw the other day,
just get free views off it.
I know, but it's like he's like Asmongold's doing what Pirate was doing, and he's using the like no one deserves to be like doxxed, like people are taking. That's
no one's saying that.
I know, that's what I'm
saying.
That. Like even Asmongold, that's like his last argument left when he's like trying to defend Pirate. You know what I mean? So it's gotten to that point where it's like people are watching Asmongold being like, bro, what are you even saying? And that's that's speaking of like no one's even talking about that doxing and everything. Do we quickly bring up the fucking Quinn versus Stay Safe drama? Because I didn't.
Yeah, we can.
I missed it.
I don't even know anything about this.
Dude, it was like a little 2-second spat. Basically, I think it was like they were interviewing Stay Safe about whether he's a sweat or not. Quinn, sorry. And Quinn said that he only ever played WoW with Stay Safe. And then he made the joke like, before I knew he was racist. And everyone laughed and had a good chuckle.
Yeah. And
right?
to put it in perspective, this was in front of legit 200,000 people.
Yeah.
Like legit. It was in front of a lot of people.
I mean, that's a great call, though. That's it's funny.
Guzu's reaction of it was so fucking good. I don't know. Like, yeah, that was the clip I saw of Guzu. Like, it was from Guzu's channel.
Guzu does do some good reactions,
but he just laughed so hard, which is like, and then anyway. Well, right, and then Stay Safe like got all sooky about it and DM'd Quinn, right? And then Quinn then went on his stream again and was like, oh, Stay Safe was all angry and like messaged me or whatever. And then Stay Safe goes on Twitter and like shows the fucking tweets. and they're pretty funny. I'll see. Should I pull them up here, boys? What do you reckon?
Pull them up. There is one thing. I'm not going to fucking run defense for Stay Safe right now.
Of course.
But there is one part that I thought was a bit weird, and potentially, I don't know. Maybe I'll get your thoughts on it.
Mm-hmm.
And this could be just my fucking. This could just be my fucking dad brain, just being a pussy, right? But
I'll also give the Kiwi POV because I find Kiwis are more relaxed about.
Sure.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna let that one go.
Yeah.
He does Stay Safe mentions that he kind of vaguely states that this is like caused swattings.
Yes, is what he's said, right? That like
and which I do like. I don't feel it's gonna sound really fucking bad. Swatting's bad. Swatting should never happen.
Oh my God.
Right? Swatting is super bad. It should never happen. It's illegal. You should go to jail if you do it. But it's hard to have sympathy for someone who is potentially this racist. But on saying that, as a dad myself, it's brutal to think that of getting swatted with your fucking kids in the house.
Yeah.
I will say that. That's fucking. I don't even like thinking about it. That's fucking brutal.
Yeah. And
that's one of the things but the thing is, I don't know if he's
just using as like
actively. It sounds horrible to even suggest.
Like, did anyone did anyone swat him? I don't know. He didn't outwardly state it.
He was getting swatted for a very long time by that one guy that we all know about.
I don't understand how you get this might be opening myself up to some trouble, but like I don't
say it then.
Swatted.
Oh my God.
Swatted, like over and over. Like there was some real bad swatting in Austin. I think it was XQC getting it all the time, and it's like,
so
presumably the police just stop answering the calls to that. Like I can only speak from my limited experience.
So there was one guy. There was one, and this actually adds into the story. Which I forgot to tell you about, Todd. But there is this one guy that was notorious. This only happened maybe less than a year ago maybe. There was a notorious swatter, and he was swatting all the big names. I'm talking like Asman, like the big ones, okay? All within US, though. I don't know if he did outside of US. There's a Wired article about him. And basically what had happened is a lot of these streamers got together and hired this private investigator. And the private investigator actually found the swatter. It's all in the article. The guy's now serving years and years and years in prison. Like he got done. And if you look at him, you're like, he looks like a swatter. Yeah. But so Stay Safe, when this first came out, this was before the leaks and everything. He was like, loving this private investigator, everything like that. He was always in Stay Safe's chat or whatever. And then turns out today, after he Stay Safe posted those screenshots of the messages, the private investigator tweeted and was like, "You're a piece of shit. You're a liar. You told me that you weren't racist. Like, you're a fucking liar. You're a piece of shit Nazi, blah, 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 blah."
Yeah.
All on Twitter. Shit. So they've kind of, But so he was getting swatted. I know I personally, one of my mates was getting swatted by this guy.
Yeah.
And like, so it was legit. But I don't know if he's getting swatted now.
So
he could
I
be.
understand how you get a one-off at an address, but like, so I have a tiny bit of experience with armed police. They're not showing up over a phone call generally. Like, I would love to know how they're making armed police show up reliably.
I think what you need to recognize here is maybe your experience isn't the same as everyone else's, particularly when they're in America.
Yeah.
As well.
I will say the American does throw me a bit. I guess they got more armed police than we have. Like, we got one team. They have like whole units.
Well, every police department has like a fucking, in America, has the whole guns blazing shit, right? So I know.
We don't have to worry about cunts showing up with a tank here.
But yeah, also like I don't want to fucking nitpick too much, but swatting doesn't necessarily mean cunts fucking kicking down your door as well. Swatting can mean just a knock at the door by police.
Yeah.
Whether they have like a rifle in their hands, like that's lowered, whatever. But like that, you could argue that's swatting as well. Or that's what it's kind of led into as well. There's different levels of swatting.
I mean, seeing the Kai Cenat SWAT in terms of recent swattings, that was pretty scary because that was a serious amount of armed police, and it's a huge ass building. And all it takes is someone making a dumb comment for shit to go down at that point. The second that there's that level of firearms and stuff involved. But I'm not that worried about cops knocking my door, to be honest. I don't.
I get that. I get that, Ducker. I really do, and I'm not trying to be a smart ass. And I understand that I'm going to sound super fucking cringe here. I totally get it because I would have called myself cringe. But once you have a kid, all that shit changes.
Yeah, well, they kicked down your door and you got a kid. I'd be pretty.
And even the fact that someone can just make that happen. Someone can come to you with a gun.
What surprises me. I mean, there's been bomb threats in New Zealand, and they don't have the kind of response that I see in the Kai Cenat SWAT back because that was he didn't end stream before they made him get on the ground, so we saw most of it, and they actually ended it themselves after a certain point. But that's actually a scary situation. Cops knocking at the door, not so much. I really don't understand how you get that kind of response. Again, maybe it's just an America thing, but I've heard of it happening around the world.
Well, I don't know. Quinn was just memeing on Stay Safe. I think the main thing is he's using that as a bit of a defense against the I'm not racist argument when
which is very scumbaggy if he is.
What if he is racist is what you're saying?
No, running a defense, pretending that, kind of using it as his children and the swatting is as a shield.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely made some racist comments. I didn't get too deep into the fucking weeds of it, so I don't even.
But I reckon you've got a strong fucking opinion either way, mate. Send it.
What about Stay Safe being racist?
I mean,
he goes, I haven't read it, and I go, I just knew there was still a strong fucking opinion.
Yeah, what do you reckon? From just what you've seen, DG? Because I don't know. I talked about it.
I'm surprised that everyone keeps going on about it. I don't. I don't.
Well, because they all played with him, and he's
to begin with.
Not banned. Well, there's all the view bots and all these extra claims. He doesn't stream on Twitch anymore because if he went live on Twitch, I reckon he'd be instantly banned, or at least he'd last a
No,
week.
he's not. Because this is another thing in the text messages. He says to Quinn, "I don't play WoW. I'm not in your guild or whatever." But legit, 2 weeks ago, he was streaming on Twitch, playing WoW, trying to get into OnlyFangs.
Yeah.
So it's
I don't know, man. My kind of opinion of Stay Safe these days is he's just kind of orbiting the WoW community. I don't know enough about the guy, and I don't follow what he's done. I don't even know what he said to upset everyone. So
has
anyone watched his Kick stream since he moved?
Nah, not really.
Does he stream on Kick? I just
he's
he streamed on Kick.
And the crazy part is, not only does he now stream on Kick, he didn't even lose viewers. He changed an entire platform and stayed the exact same viewer count.
I don't believe that. I reckon that would have to be view botted. I don't think you move platforms.
They're your words, mate. The allegations are there before the switch over, but it does look sus as fuck. I think he'd probably be the only established streamer that could move an entire platform and not suffer any viewership drop.
You would definitely lose some. What is his name on Kick? Because I tried searching.
Matt Morse TV.
Yeah, just his name.
He just sent his fucking full name. It's
just wild.
And he wonders why he's getting swatted. Okay, yeah, that seems smart.
Yeah,
it's your own fault, mate.
I don't know. Stay Safe is bro, because it's not even gone from just some edgy jokes or anything. It's just he's full dived.
I will say, so he has 230k followers on Twitch. He only has 6k followers on Kick. I don't think there's any way he's getting the same viewership.
He is though. That's what I'm saying. Wait, are you saying that I'm wrong, or you're saying that something's fishy if he is getting the same amount of views?
Well, his clips aren't getting even the same amount of views. So
I'm telling you, his concurrent viewers are exactly the same.
It's got to be view botted because otherwise the clips and everything.
All I'll say is he never drops past 1,200 viewers. Never.
I just like
that's the magic number, dude. I'm not even 1199. Nah, that's like, a foreign number.
He's got clips and broadcasts on Twitch with like multiple miles higher view count than Kick. Like I'm confused how you would even replicate that without.
In saying that as well, he still has an active chat, so
I'm sure it's not completely view botted, but there has to be.
No, of course not. No, of course not. Of course not. But there is a part of me that kind of just wants to see how, because he would say some risque stuff on Twitch, and I kind of want to see how far he pushes it on Kick.
I mean, his VODs are there, bro. Like,
yeah, I know. I don't know.
You'd think that, like, if he said something actually wild, it would just be clipped and shipped.
I don't think so. I think that might be the norm over there. I don't know. I'm not. I probably shouldn't say that. I'm not. I don't watch. I barely watch. I don't watch any.
Like, you always get hate watching.
Yeah, but the circuit, like, I don't. How often do you see, like, other than like Aiden Ross, like the really big people? How often do you see Kick clips going around?
Never.
Heaps if they do something fucked up.
Oh well, other than some
crashes,
like IRL stuff, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of like people just normal everyday streaming, I very rarely see it.
But I would say I'd really see Twitch clips unless they do something absurd.
Oh yeah, like ninjaing stuff, right?
Yeah, like if you ninja something, like I mean, Dim's clip went super viral. He tried to delete it, and people still fucking uploaded it everywhere.
I don't know.
Todd doesn't seem too invested in this conversation.
Well, because we talked about, I don't know. I talked to you about this like on the mini we talked about the other night to some extent. And just like there's some really deep layers of fucking dog whistling and some other shit going on.
Yeah, of course.
That like he's doing that, like, yeah, I don't know. It's like and like I've seen the screenshots. I'm sure, I don't know, Darko, if you have, but I know NT Wise, you've 100% seen the screenshots. And like even in these messages with Quinn, he's like, that's stuff from 10 years ago, blah blah blah. And just like, come on, man. It's like the thing is, like, everyone knows you haven't, like, you're probably still saying the same shit. The way you talk and hint at like anti-Semitism and like all this other shit that he's like.
Yeah, I don't know too much about it. I know he made an anti-Semitic like joke or comment in that.
But not just
he did it a lot.
Yeah, I couldn't remember what it was if you asked me to, because it just it's so it's one of those things, like, you know, if you're gonna be racist, you're gonna get in trouble, and
not if you're on Kick, mate.
Yeah,
I want to say you can do almost anything over there, unless you're like calling for a genocide on a certain race of people or any race of people. I feel like you're safe.
They banned a guy on Kick for walking out on dinner with a homeless person. They got heaps of backlash over it, but
I mean that's true. That's a scumbaggy thing. Good.
It's a scumbaggy thing, but it's not the worst thing I've seen on Kick. There's been a few Kick bans.
Is that Tommy Salami? Not Tommy Salami. Like, and that's the
guy.
I know you're talking about. There's a few of these fucking.
The guy in Japan.
Yeah.
Did he get?
Not Salami. What's his Somali? Yeah, the country. Somali.
It's because that's Tommy Salami in OnlyFangs.
To say one less thing on the Kick viewership thing, just to give some perspective, there's currently 40 people watching WoW across all of Kick right now.
Yeah,
and half of that is Dims. So, you know,
wait till fucking
Stay Safe didn't have.
Wait till Stay Safe gets on, mate. 1,200.
Boom. Yeah. Yeah, fuck, I don't know. Well,
I will say, like, another thing, part of the reason I don't know anything about Stay Safe is he's always seemed like a very boring classic streamer to me. Like,
oh, man, I used to... He's like original classic content. I thought it was so fucking goated. I thought it was so good. Really? He was like the very first, like, Sweat I started watching. So there was like a different aspect of the game that I wasn't really...
He was like stealing people's maybe this is why, because he was like stealing people's wrong guides, but maybe I was sweaty enough to know.
Oh, was he? I didn't know that.
I don't know. No comment. I never watched any of that shit, so I got no idea. be fair. All right. Fuck the drama. Let's talk about some other drama. Darkgale, did you watch the raid? I know NTY, you at least watched
I haven't
most
watched
of it,
the whole raid.
Yeah, have you seen the highlights and stuff?
To...
Yeah, man, it went for like 10 hours. It was a bit crazy.
I know who died. I haven't necessarily seen all the deaths, though.
They went for way too long.
Yeah, it was kind of wild.
That's my hot take.
It was crazy.
I was like, I was going to watch it as stream content. I was like, okay, this is going to take like 3
and not only did they take long to raid, but they were online. They were asked to be online like what
3 hours,
3 hours before that.
4 hours before.
4 hours before that.
Ani, because Soda Poppin wanted to like get everyone together to go like farm jujus or something, like in Winter Spring, like as a raid. Because apparently
is that the resist thing?
No, it's like the fire water.
Attack
like,
power stuff?
Yeah. Because apparently there's like a thing where it's like if one drops and it's like on free for all, everyone gets one.
Case.
Right. Okay.
So you can maximize it with like an entire raid. They could have
spread that over a week. Like I don't understand doing that before raid.
I don't know.
I think it's just hard to fucking organize all those personalities to do like something. This way it was easier because it was like they already know they're going to be into the raid. That's the day, so let's just do it that day. I get it, but yeah, it was a very long time. I don't think it was bad. It was just like whatever. I didn't mind that it was that long. I just it was funny that it took.
It makes sense why they started so early in the fucking day. I was like, why are they? I
can't remember the last time I cleared Molten Core and got respawns.
It's easy enough to do. Some of the respawns happen in like half an hour early on.
I don't know. Maybe like maybe our first couple of clears in original classic, but
the surges pre-gar are really bad because I think the surges are half an hour, and they're a good way of killing people. But
I thought they were. We talk about MC. I thought they kicked off with fucking Onyxia. I thought Onyxia was going to be the hardest one for all of them.
Yeah,
I was surprised they went to Onyxia first.
Yeah,
well,
I mean they did. They lost two people, right?
Yeah,
I thought they were going to lose a lot more.
Is it Savix? Poke and Savix died on Onyxia. Dude,
yeah,
I've watched
poor Poke, man. Poor Poke.
It's so grim. Because
fuck Poke.
Oh no,
you don't like Poke?
I'm neutral on Poke. I think he's funny and stuff.
I think he takes a lack of accountability sometimes. Like he was playing with a pro for most of the OnlyFangs stuff, and even then he didn't follow instruction. I don't know if he's just blazed out of his mind.
Yeah, that's the answer. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I got that feeling. So like it was like people are trying to help him, and he's like arguing while high. It's just like. Okay. And then he got a guy kicked from the guild because of drama he has with XQC that he caused by talking shit in chat. Like, I don't know, man. Like, after Dims, I got a new opinion on people with a drug problem. Like, the Dim stuff's put me off people who are fucked up all the time.
True. I know. Well, this is like outside of OnlyFangs, but I haven't even watched it because it was like 2 hours. But apparently XQC and Poke like fucking going at it.
I don't know. I'm such a fucking loser. I watched that shit. I watched some clips. Just some clips. I don't know. I feel like a little bitch when I watch that stuff, but I can't help it, man.
Like, so Poke went into Miskiv's chat and said a whole bunch of
shit
embarrassing. About XQC and his ex and stuff. Like, bro, if
when,
I call myself doing
recently
that,
or like was that yonks ago?
This was a couple years ago when XQC was having that messy divorce. So he talked shit during that. And so obviously, XQC and XQC's mates have just been like, nah, fuck Poke.
Yeah, I think it goes back even further
like,
than
nah,
that
fuck
as
him
well,
back.
though,
Instead of having any accountability, he's like, nah, fuck him back. Like, bro, you're the loser, dude. Imagine talking about other people's personal problems.
Yeah, imagine talking about other people's personal problems.
But like in another streamer's Twitch chat.
I know. Fucking, oh, fuck. I don't know. I don't know, because I got sucked into some of Poke's like YouTube shit for a little while. When he's high and he's playing some dumb horror game or whatever, it's funny. I don't know. But I'm not. I'm not a Poke head. I don't know. I had no idea about any of this.
He made some good music back in the day, I thought, and
is that what he did? Did he make music back in the day?
Yeah.
Or just meme music.
I don't know anything
stuff.
about him.
The music's funny. It's all memey, but it's like good.
Yeah, it's like meme songs, but it's funny and it's got a good enough flow and beat. Like it, I don't know. I liked it.
I like because his rap.
I don't know, man. Like Poke. Like the thing is, like Poke's not a new streamer. To talk about another streamer's divorce and other stuff, like in another streamer's chat, just I don't know, man. Like, especially when you're meant to be friends with the guy, it's a hell of a choice.
I don't know. It's more like I said, DJ. I think the drama. I only know bits and pieces of the drama, like. Because apparently XQC lived with Poke, and then that's where the drama
so XQC...
So, go on. You're the expert.
And XQC was moving around a while, and Poke lived with XQC for a bit as well. Like, I mean, they were like friends, it seemed like, and then Poke just dogged him in Miskit's chat one day.
I think that was like years later, though, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know, because I haven't watched.
Close. Like I knew Poke wasn't happy with him, but that's
but it doesn't seem like this 2-hour chat because I only saw the one clip of the end where Poke was like crashing out and XQC like hung up on him. So it's like doesn't seem like they managed to hash it out.
No, XQC. Why would XQC want to hash it out, dude, bro? Like that must have been such a miserable time for him to have a friend. Like raw dog stab you in the back at the same time.
I don't know. I can't speak on it because I don't know what he said, so it's whatever. But what were we even talking about? Poke dying in a Nixia. Can we bring it back to the OnlyFangs raid? Yeah, Poke deserved to die because he's not friends with XQC anymore. That's right.
No, like Poke showed up to the raid, fucking cooked and stood and fired, dude. Like,
no, he got
aggro.
He got like when a Nixia fucking takes off and then
fade. Did he press fade?
He did actually.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it was
if he pressed fade. That's all.
He didn't live though.
No,
and that's what.
Did he get blessing? Oh wait, no, they're horde. I was gonna say.
Did he have a lib and it wasn't on his keybinds or something?
Yeah, I think he was trying to go through his bag and he like.
Yeah, and he was trying to go through his bags.
Yeah.
And he was just panicking.
I don't fault him for that. I saw Pirate Software, a 7-year Blizzard dev, play worse than that. So.
Yeah, I don't know because I saw Pika fucking going through and looking at the healer POVs when Poke died, and it's
I saw
so
that.
Grim.
That's brutal. I think it was Annie. It was Silly Ann as well.
Oh fuck! I don't know. I can't blame them because it's like, imagine like in the moment there, you see like Tyler and Soda Poppin's health going down. And you're like, who the fuck do I heal? Like, imagine you heal Poke and Tyler won, or Soda dies because you like healed Poke for half a second. It's like, what the fuck? So like, they're stressed. They're like, sorry, fuck, fuck, yeah. Sorry, my bad.
Cigs, mate.
I know I gotta lay off the cigs. Yeah. Can you imagine like, and I don't care what Soda or whatever said like with healing prior or whatever, like I'm gonna heal the main couple bozos that like if I let die I'd never hear the end of it, you know what I mean? Like
you'll be memed forever.
So it's like Poke's in the middle of dying and they're still like chucking out heals on Soda Poppin and T1 like in between, and it's like fuck, you can't blame them. And also they're priests, so they don't have chain heal, you know what I mean? So it's not like they can like a little cheeky chain heal or whatever. But
I think if he still died, not that it would happen, but if he lived and still died, then yeah, I think the fact that he didn't live is like a saving grace to all those healers.
Yeah, I don't know though, because isn't the whole issue that he fucking, it's like the Anixia flies up, and then when she comes down, the aggro like is reset, and it's like only
he was cranking heals.
Yeah, so he was like the top,
all max rank. Like I think he went at one stage as well.
Yeah. So
yeah, he was like cranking heals. Yeah. So he had like the giga fucking threat.
Yeah, But I'm not entirely sure how that threat reset works, right? But it's like
you just gotta hold it until the tank gets it.
Yeah, but then it was like
I mean,
a
as a healer, you don't get that choice. Like I've eaten a death there as a healer.
True.
Like sometimes you have to be the one healing if the other healers aren't. But
yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. Like
you try to keep it small.
Outside him living, there's nothing else he could, which he probably should have done. But I mean, in that, to be honest, you know what? Like, how many people were fucking watching that raid? I think it was like 400,000 people or something.
Yeah,
watching the raid. It's like I'd fucking make mistakes too, 100%.
Yeah. I watched the whole thing. I think I talked to you guys about it on an earlier podcast that like SOD has like changed the way the aggro system works as well. So the way we even know about that like healer aggro happening like might not even be applicable anymore. But I don't know. I don't know because like what happened there was like an Elixir came down into a fear into the floor blasting into another fear.
What happens.
Yeah, I know, but like into another fear, and then it was like by the time they got out of the second fear, he was like on 10%, barely surviving.
I will say, like,
and everyone was spread out.
Tremor doesn't necessarily break it right away, but like, where are the tremors and all this?
I know, I wasn't there.
Really bad.
Why weren't you there?
I know. Could have just had one more tremor and Poke lived there, but that's all right. Whatever, not my decision. That's okay. Oh god.
So how did you get? Because
did you get in for multi? Did they replace those 2 slots that died on Anexia for MC? Like, did they?
Yeah,
they did. But Todd was asleep because.
Yeah, but I also wasn't on.
No, I don't know if you were. I'm not saying that like you were first in line.
No, I was not. Not after immediately being benched. I don't think. Right. So.
Oh, so yeah. So when you got, because you didn't get benched, you got kicked out.
Well, yeah, basically, I got removed.
Did they tell you? Because you got kicked. I watched your 11-minute VOD.
Yeah.
And you know what? It was so. I was watching it, and you got on, and you were fucking tired, but you could tell you were excited. You were happy, right?
Yeah, I was ready to go.
And then because I knew that you had been kicked out or whatever, you weren't going. To see those people in your chat show up and be like, "Hey man, you're out of the raid," and you were like, "Whatever, dude." It was just like it was fucking painful to watch. Oh. I was just like, "You poor."
Because I was like, "Of course, there's going to be a billion cunts."
But I know I would have acted the exact same way.
Come in and
I would have acted it's just the fact that I knew in hindsight. You know what I mean?
And no one fucking.
So why did they remove you?
Because I got snitched on. I got found out I was a sweat. I don't know.
But you know what? I still don't think you did anything wrong because someone outed them when they were picking the raids. Someone outed themselves as a sweat when they were classified as they weren't.
Yeah.
And Tyler was like, "What an idiot! Why would you do that?"
Yeah, I know.
I don't think you did anything wrong.
Of course not.
I think you did it perfectly, and you just so happened it got found out. But who cares?
Also, I just want to point out that the evidence was inconclusive anyway. The evidence that they had, so like, but I can't. I didn't want to.
Who brought it up?
I don't know. Well, okay.
So
do we want to go into it?
The sweats? Because
there's no rhyme or reason. Darkgale. It was basically if you had raided in OnlyFangs last time, we're basically classified as a sweat.
No, that's wrong. You weren't classified as a sweat. If you this is where the whole thing's so stupid anyway.
No, I listened to them.
No, well, I don't know if they changed that like to kick other people out or whatever. Because they said if you raided in like Molten Core in 2019, that's the category. If you played WoW and raided in 2019, you were classified as a sweat. If you raided in if you'd only done Molten Core with OnlyFangs last year, it didn't count because you were a noob still then. Like that's the one
Maybe
time.
I misheard then. I thought they said that. Okay, maybe I misheard.
Yeah. But then it got all like messy. So I'll just out myself, right? Everyone here knows I'm played back in the day with Darkgale or whatever. So it's whatever. But like I'd never played, I hadn't even done Molten Core in SOD. Like, right? Like I was like, there's no clips of me playing WoW, blah, blah, blah. No one even knows who I am. So no one even gives a fuck to like And the reality is, if people like, it's not like they brought up the podcast being like, you have a podcast with NT Wise where you talk about WoW, and we found the clips of you talking about it. They didn't. It's not like they put any of that effort in. There was one YouTube comment that said Todd raided like back and PvP'd and raided in 2019, and I was in his guild or something. But they didn't even use my character name from back then. So it's like, you know, I don't even know if they actually knew who I was, or if it was, you know, someone from our fucking community or whatever.
So I saw the raid layout when they were posting it. I assumed the names that were in red were the sweats.
Yes, they were the only.
But even then, it wasn't even like, they had Aussie. Aussie wasn't classified as a sweat, right?
Yeah,
no,
because he
is fucking insane.
Yeah,
that is insane.
But that's because Aussie only started playing hardcore. I know. And playing WoW.
He knows what he's fucking doing.
Yeah, but they know that too. This is what's like, you know what I mean? They know that too. So
can we pull up the raid so people can see?
Because there's not even
I think everyone's already gone through it, to be honest, Darkgale.
Yeah, but also
you're like really behind the ball on all this.
Also, like
Rav, so Rav wasn't counted as a sweat.
No,
Rav was an OnlyFangs 1 and was one of their best players.
Yeah, but remember we said that I was wrong. That wasn't necessarily if you were in OnlyFangs last time.
He was carrying the last OnlyFangs.
Darkgale. I just want before you start to spurg out about the rule, they weren't following the rule. There was like no. Yeah. They had the rule.
There was no rhyme or reason. That was literally the first thing I said.
Yeah. Like,
and then Fandy didn't count. Like I don't know.
Yeah, and she plays retail and shit. Bro, Zico didn't count. Zico and Pika didn't count as sweats, bro, right? So it's like, do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's like rule for thee, not for me, right? And so I will like.
So you're just saying that you're too small of a streamer.
Yeah, that was it. That was
fucking sweat. Okay.
And that was. But the thing is, they did factor view count into it anyway as well. So when they were picking the teams, they'd be like, so let's say it was someone that was both equally sweaty or non-sweaty. They would then go to the view count, and if you had a higher view count, you got to go in.
Nice.
Which is I think whatever. That's fine. It's content guild.
Yeah, I knew that too.
But the thing is, I think with Todd, they just wanted him out for the sake of it because they obviously wanted someone else in, and they were just looking for excuses. But did they even tell you? They didn't even. You're even speculating. They didn't actually tell you that was the reason why, right?
No, well, no, I did. Volps messaged me in the end afterwards. Like Volps is like the main one behind the scenes, and he said, I think it's a he. I don't know, but
they.
Well, I don't know. Soda said he. I don't know.
Just go with they.
They said, it was literally the one YouTube comment that got posted on Tyler One or Soda Poppin's video. I can pull it up. Yep.
Did Soda not talk about it on his stream? Have you gone back and checked?
He didn't talk about it until that morning, 20 minutes before, and all he said was, turns out Todd's a sweat, so we got to bench him. But Volps, like, gave me the, like, and, like, this is the thing.
Okay, so someone's come to him and said, look, this is, okay.
Well, no, this is
I wonder who it was.
Yeah,
Todd, all disrespect to you.
Yeah, go on.
There are like 5 people there that are sweatier than me.
If you're trying to, understand their rule setting for sweats and non-sweats, like, we're going to be here all night.
Yeah, if you're about to tell me I'm bad at the game, mate, don't worry. That was my fucking argument as well.
I'm twice as sweaty as you, and there's people that are twice as sweaty as me that are counted as a non-sweat. Like, I don't... Like, some of these cunts are like giga sweats.
But so this is where I
giga sweat.
Yeah. This is what I
got the rank 10, 11.
Bro, but this is where I also like. I'm just want to put my hands up in the air and say, "What do you want from me?" I tried to multiple times. I was like, "Hey guys, I'm probably a sweat. I did the OTK stuff, and I played WoW a long time, and." I just got shot down being like, you suck at the game, don't worry, you're not a sweat, right? I got told that like, I know I got told that like 3 times. and then when it fucking matters, like all of a sudden I'm a sweat. And so
I didn't realize there's so much drama with this.
Yeah, man. But so it's this one comment or whatever, right?
Did you look into the account?
It's a YouTube account that it's probably been made brand new for that.
Is it a burner?
Right? Yeah, probably. It's got like nothing on it, right?
Okay.
So this, and then okay, there's one.
Why do cunts keep spamming Emilios?
I don't know. They're trying to start drama,
just ignore it, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Relax, cunts. And then then the smoking gun. I don't know if I can be fucked playing the clip, but the smoking gun is. You know what? I'll play the clip. Fuck it. Where is it?
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to resize. I just have to resize this fucking thing.
So what rank did you get to in Classic, by the way?
I don't want to get into this.
Yeah, who cares? Darkgale. Fucking.
No, I care.
It's how it's
we're not talking about that right now. Let's fucking finish. Talk about it later. Shut up.
Don't hijack the podcast.
All right, look. This clip. This is the only clip of me in MC on my entire channel, right?
How long does it go for?
It's like fucking. It's called Pod Rats, and it's me like spurging out, and that's me in MC. I'll just for like,
how many seconds is that?
Like 4 seconds total.
4 seconds fucked you over.
And I just want to point out too, right? This character is like the Todd SFMG character from when I did the ONLYFANGS competition. So then it's like, well, if the rules are the rules, then you haven't got any evidence of me actually playing in Molten Core, like whatever. It's like on hardcore one time, and we didn't even clear Molten Core in this raid. We didn't even clear Molten Core, so it's just like
not a sweat like
oh my god.
Consume list in the corner looked at.
No.
If I was you, how angry were you when it happened?
I wasn't. I was like, bro, I was sad a little bit. No, I'm not gonna lie, I'm disappointed. But I just, yeah, fucking, of course I was. We're like,
I would be.
The main reason why I was like cut is because it was like Friday or Thursday when they did the original like roster. It's like, okay, I got mentioned in it, but like I lost a coin flip. I'm not getting in. That's fine. I had completely like accepted that and like no salt, no nothing, being like, I'm a low view count. There was like, I'm nobody. A few, like, it's still insane that like Tyler and Soda Poppin' and shit even like vaguely know who I am just because I've done a couple dungeons with them, even though I haven't even played with Soda like once, but I've like done a bunch of Ubers with Tyler and shit, right? So just that alone's crazy that they're like, yeah, Todd helped the guild a lot and he's a good guy, so he could come, right? And then I don't get in because I lose a coin flip. And by the way, I'm just gonna like,
I knew about the coin flip.
Yeah, well, because they were like, we need one more non-sweat shaman, and there was like 3 of us up for it potentially.
They should have put all 3 of you in. Like they're only running 2 shaman. Seems like
I'll get. Wait. Yeah, we'll just replace Peekaboo and Zico.
Yeah, like you're not even like.
So, right, so it's like, and I'm actually like, for them to go like, there's 3 random Omega Who's like. For the last thing, let's not play favorites or do any of that for this. Like, we'll just flip a coin.
I would have put an extra no-name shaman in. Fuck it.
Relax. Right, so they flipped the coin. They flipped a coin or rolled 1 of 3 to decide it. I'm like, that was like the best way they could have done that. I'm happy with it. Like, it's going to be fun, whatever. And then I was surprised, like, what are your thoughts on this, NT-Wise? I was surprised that even with Vay and the whole Vay drama and all the other shit, the next day when everyone started, like, going, he's a sweat, Soda didn't just put his foot down and say, these are the people we wanted to bring, like, you know, we're not going to change the roster because we're changing, like, the definition of who's a sweat or whatever, right? I honest to God thought that was what Soda would have said. So I'm surprised that like he caved, because then that just allowed for like the witch hunt or whatever. So
I don't know. I think by that stage, fucking Soda was just fucking over it.
100%.
It must suck organizing this. Like, fucking, I'd hate to be in the position there and having to organize this shit.
I wouldn't. They made fucking a fuck ton of money.
I mean, what's money? Bro, they're already rich. Like, what the fuck's like?
I'll
like
say,
unironically, what is $5 million decided? Dude?
What? $5 million, mate. $5 million.
Probably $5 million more than he didn't have.
Oh my god, bro! If you offered me $5, I'd still take it. What are we talking about?
Not for that much. I don't know, dude.
Yeah. No, I'm. Yeah. Okay.
The guy has more money than he'll ever use already.
Okay, I'm just gonna say too that like I think overall where they kind of fucked up is that they shouldn't have probably done. I guess in hindsight, sort of made sense as a reason why, but like I think he shouldn't have done. He should have just been like, we're gonna bring who we're gonna bring. We're gonna bring no names. A couple no names maybe, and we'll bring people that haven't played before, and all the big boys are going to come. That's just how we're going to do it. We'll draft it and figure out who's going to come, who's not going to come,
100%.
And just put his foot down. I said
that originally, that the sweat and unsweat rack was always going to fuck him.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, they were never going to follow those rules. They started making new rules to get around the rule that he made, and then the rule went out the window.
He declassified himself as sweat.
Yeah, because he was a tank. So Soda and Mizkif didn't count as a sweat and whatever. Right, so then, because that's where it was like, oh, well, Mary played and did OnlyFangs and did Molten Core last year, but she's not a sweat. So I guess everyone else that did Molten Core last time isn't a sweat now too. And
I mean, not having Annie, Peekaboo, and Zico counting as sweats is criminal.
Yeah,
and Aussie too, and Rav. Like, they're like 5 of their better players, and they're all not sweats. Like, okay.
Yeah. So I think that was just where like that opened the door for the chatters to go crazy.
Did count as a sweat, by the way. She did count as a sweat, just to make it as weird as possible.
She did or didn't?
Oh,
I don't think she did.
It's 2 different people.
Yeah, Annie Fuchsia and Silly Ann. Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah, no, I got myself confused.
Silly Ann was the sweat.
I'm looking at the old one.
Speaking of, I'm glad she made it actually. Anyway, which was after all the drama that happened. That was good that they brought her.
I think it was more. If it wasn't for Tyler, she probably wouldn't have.
You reckon?
Well, he even said, he's like, that's my, because he said there's no, because he brought a certain amount of people. I think it was 12 people.
Oh,
and he's
really?
like, there's no, yeah, it was like right at the start when they were filming the roster. He was like, my crew's coming. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And she was part of that crew.
Cool. Well, that's
how Yamato was able to go.
Yeah,
again,
of course.
Yeah.
Well, see, I'm surprised, like, I know, because then it gets weird, but I'm like surprised, I guess because Judd fucking died and stuff.
He doesn't count as a sweat, so.
Yeah. But like, I was surprised Summit didn't have like a little crew, but I guess like Sequoia fucking got booted and like, so Summit's like little crew kind of fell apart, right? So.
Is Sequoia in Summit's crew, is he?
Well, just from like, they played some shooters together, I think. Like okay. Rust or something, I don't know, like. But like Sequoia was like the main guy that I was playing with. That with them we were playing with Summit all the time. Like they were grouping together a bunch, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I was like to bring it all the way back to me. Talk about me again. I was a little disappointed on the day, but I tried just not to fucking because I was like I don't want to just be in Volps's DMs crying about it. And arguing.
I get it, yeah.
So,
and you know what I thought the play would have been? I don't know what it was like in terms of where they were at with forming the raid and where everyone's streams were at. So it could not have been a possibility. Yeah. I would have reached out to Zico and did the whole ZNN thing, even if it was just for a meme.
I know, but I don't think I was like I literally like got no sleep. I was asleep for like that awful like 2-hour amount.
Yeah,
where I woke up to my alarm and was like dying again. I do want to point out I did message Zico, but I think it's just like way too late now. So and he also when I didn't look, I just DM'd him because I thought I was messaging him early before he started stream, but because normally like stream's kind of late, like EU time, right? But
yeah,
he streamed, I guess, because he was awake earlier the day before for the raid. He's like sleep schedule was back a bit. So he like, I DM'd him right after he fucking ended his stream, but because like I'm willing to fucking go on and clown it. Just for you guys as well, if you would find this funny, he's like,
close you to crashing out over it, just fucking.
Well, there was 3 things I was thinking about doing. Was like, yeah, crashing out. That's kind of cringe, even though if it was like content.
Cringe, but, you know.
The second one was to try force myself to cry.
Yeah,
would have been insane. Would have been insane.
I would, but like you got to full sell it and try and make everyone feel uncomfortable. That would have been the best.
But
like full fucking like sell it. That would have been so fucking good.
It's
to
just
the point where everyone's calling you a pussy and shit.
Yeah,
and then you just double down even more and cry because people are calling you a pussy.
Yeah. I know, but that would have just been like mega. I don't know. It would have been mega cringe. As well,
yeah, but you know what? It would have been funny to like 20 people, but still. That's what, but that makes it even funnier. Right?
Yeah, of course.
Because only 20 people are in the
get the joke. I know, but it's just like
it'd be funnier for me for the next millennia.
Yeah. But I don't know. I was like, also, I had like a fucking test yesterday, right? Like at TAFE. So it's like I would have been awake from 2 a.m. until lunchtime, and then like would have had to like chill out and fucking get ready for the test, and then like go TAFE or whatever. So I was like, fuck, I'm just gonna end stream and go back to bed and try to fucking recover from it. Whatever. Talk about it later. We got the podcast. Like, fucking, I'll cry about it now, Joe. So, I don't know. I did kind of miss the chance, but I was also trying to stay under the radar because I knew Zico was doing the whole fucking ZNN thing, and it was like,
what's ZNN?
Like Zico News Network, like not CNN.
Just like parroting like a.
Oh yeah, we should have got on that. Why not? Fuck it.
Yeah. It was just a bit of fun.
Yeah, but like, I try to stay under the radar because I knew if I like even said anything in the guild chat or whatever, and like in Discord, like the OnlyFangs Discord, Zico would have been like, Todd, get in here, like what's like blah blah blah, like, and then I didn't want people looking into it or whatever. You know what I mean? So
okay.
So I just
if it makes you feel better, you're not the. I think you handled it pretty well. There was other people that reached out to me, particularly just one, if I'm being honest, and they were very upset that they didn't make it.
No,
I'm not going to out them.
Yeah, don't out them.
Same reason if you ever say some wild shit to me in DMs, I'm not going to out you. You fucking idiot.
Well, Darkgale just say it on his stream anyway, so.
Yeah, true.
But
can't out me, I'll out myself.
Man,
but yeah, the thing that I found, and this isn't just the person who was reaching out to me. I saw it. You could see it in a lot of other people's streams as well. But like the entitlement was fucking wild. And the thing that I noticed is the people who wanted to get on it and they didn't end up getting it and didn't end up getting into the raid. Were very quick to shoot the fucking whole event down, saying it was boring and this and that, and criticizing the way that they were putting the roster together. It's like, cunt. If they selected you, you wouldn't be criticizing the fucking roster.
To be fair, it was a little bit boring, but that's because they fucking went back and forth from the raid to the capital city like 5 times.
I don't know if it was boring in that aspect because I looked at it a different way. I looked at it as watching people experience something for the first time. Yeah, if you just looked at it as a raid going into fucking Molten Core, you're like, I can fucking do this in 40 minutes and these cunts taking 6 hours, right? But if you look at it of like perfect example was like watching I don't know if you guys saw it, the clip of Tyler One seeing Anixia for the first time.
Yeah. Well, he's hamming it up, but that's cool. Like, it's still like...
Yeah, he was hamming it up. But still, like, there was some truth to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because it was true, right?
How many people were seeing stuff for the first time, aside from Tyler One? Like, how many
maybe like
people?
12. Maybe around 12.
You reckon 12?
I reckon more, to be honest.
I reckon
like Aussie and
12.
Aussie and Mary.
It wasn't less than 12.
Huh?
For the very first time, like,
I'm sure they looked at things prior, but actually going in there Like
Jimmy, the Jimmy guy, Julia, Yamato, obviously Tyler,
Geronimo.
Yeah, Geronimo, Sun Glitters, Lakari, I don't think so, right?
Lakari's played WoW before,
Dendy,
like
not raiding.
What do you mean not raiding? Like
I don't know. I literally I don't know any other way to explain that.
Stormfall, maybe Wise Tauren, but I doubt that, right? Like the Weed Elf dude, for sure he's done MC and Oni and stuff.
You would think so, yeah. You would think so.
So wait, what is Lakari claiming that his WoW experiences? Because I thought he'd.
We did OnlyFangs last time, didn't he? Or no?
Yeah, but he didn't raid with them, I don't think.
Oh well, then there's 10, and Faye Girl, there's 11.
To be honest, I thought it was more. So
the rest of them, Moon's done it. Or Summit, would Summit have done it?
I think he did it.
Summit did it back in the day. So
it's not like his very first time.
Yeah,
right?
That's what I mean. Like, how many people was it the first time?
So 11.
Yeah, about 11 or 12. Yeah.
And even the guy that replaced me,
that's better than my cautionary look at it. I would have said that about 5. If
you know that priest,
to be honest, if you really want to go down the route, like Pika hasn't. He might have been in there for fucking transmog, but he's never raided in there.
Fair, but it's like,
well, there's a bunch of people that would have seen a Nixia and Wrath. That would be a big cutoff for me. That's why
Pika, I think it was probably like 7, so maybe not him. Maybe though.
Yeah, but can't Wrath.
Played Wrath, though. That's
I don't know.
Like, I don't follow these guys close enough to say for sure. It's like grapevine.
Yeah, I don't know. I still think like,
oh yeah, Grubby, yeah.
Yeah, Grubby. I counted Grubby. Like Fandy, but like Fandy would have done it with him last year, right?
Fandy's done it so much. Yeah,
and she's like,
she would have done it for transmog in retail.
Yeah. So there was like about 11 or 12 if you're like pulling hairs on the last few. You know what I mean? So like, Sadako, I didn't count. He's like a sweat that isn't labeled as sweat. I know he like won a competition or whatever to like get his spot.
I don't know. As much as I don't like him, I think that was a fun way to do it.
To get one person in, that's
I think it was a fair, fun way.
I'm not arguing. I'm just saying, like, you know, it helps them get them fucking the people they want in the raid, right? Like, maybe they should have just done more shit like that. I don't know. Maybe they should have allocated like 4 slots for.
Yeah, they kind of did it with Zico.
What did he do? What, the versus?
No, he had to wear all grey items.
And what? Oh, the whole time.
The whole raid, he was in like greys.
Oh.
He might have had a green helm, but he was like in grey items.
Okay, sure, but it's like, yeah, sure. I would have worn grey items.
yeah.
I don't know. I know. Like, are we missing anything out of it? I guess. Like,
no, I think we've covered it.
No, I think. I mean, they're going to raid again, so I don't know if you got any news if you're going to be in the next raid or.
Well, okay, actually, I do have a bit of news. Well, no, there's no news on that, but like, this is like what's cooked. So this was like huge. Talking about the salt, right? When Soda and Sadako and shit were saying we are going to buy consumes from the auction house.
They've ruined it with those new rules.
Yeah. So basically, what they've said, it was today at 6:30 a.m. in the Discord. Soda made an announcement saying, from now on, you're responsible for your own consumables, but that includes like using the auction house through the mediator. Like, so you still have to have the gold for it or whatever, right?
The gold that you most likely will buy, yeah.
Well, yeah, who fucking knows? Like, they turn the fucking stream add-on off and do it, but the add-on's meant to snitch it out in guild chat, so who knows what they're going to do with it, right?
Oh, like if they get like a big influx of gold or something?
Well, no, it just tracks it. Like, if you turn it off, it has a snapshot of what you have, and then when you turn it back on, it, like, cross-compares it. So that's how, like, anyone that uses like
what
that.
What you're saying is buy a whole bunch of gold for the content?
Well, no, you'll just get kicked from the guild now. They've already done this twice, DG. And the last person that used the auction house just got insta-kicked without any... There was no, like, no one covered it or anything. They just got kicked.
Who was that?
Some chick. I can't remember, like...
Oh, it was a chick, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Was she a streamer?
Yeah, and she played retail and shit, so she had no defense. She fucking used the auction house to buy like medium leather and got kicked out of the guild.
Who it was?
I don't know. I unfollowed them after. I was like, who cares? And they're not in the Discord anymore, so I won't be able to.
Does anyone know in these chat? I'm curious because I missed that.
Yeah,
I missed it, but like, who cares?
But so just kind of like towing, towing the line or whatever. With saying
I know, it's a slippery slope right now.
I know, but he's saying like, oh, you have to still get your consumes, but like, saying that you can use the tribute chest. Twiggledy McGee is not who it was, by the way.
Okay, I don't know.
That's a troll.
Yeah, it's funny though, but no, it's not true. Twiggledy McGee.
What fucking happened to them? Did they just like die or something?
Oh, is that a person? I don't even know who that is.
They were like a fucking real weird person.
Yeah, but basically they're saying like you need a Titan flask and like some of the other shit, but like,
the thing is, if you leave it up to a lot of these people, they're going to find it too tedious and they're going to quit. Like, can you imagine fucking Tyler running around getting his consumes? Like, it's not going to happen.
Oh, yeah, no, out of everyone, because Tyler just has to say, like, someone help me do it, and then, like, it'll happen in, like, an hour or so. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
So I like, honestly, Tyler has, like, I feel like Tyler is, like, one of the people that do it, but this is where it's like, how many of the people that were in the main raid, like, the other day, that are sweat? So like,
work? Like, can you go do Strat Live and sell orbs to buy
no,
your consumes?
No. So you can only, this is what's cooked anyway, because everyone's, other than like the Giga Sweats, everyone's probably only got enough gold for like 1 week of raiding, and then like to buy the consumes, and then it's like, we'll be out of gold next week.
Something and sell it. Like,
no, you can only sell it to guild members, and so that means that the guild itself only has the gold from like vendor and shit. Yeah,
they're gonna relax the rules eventually anyway, because it's just a slippery slope, and it'll be too hard to cover. And then they're just gonna full send it. I
don't understand why you couldn't grind out 3 orbs and trade 3 orbs for a flask or whatever the flask.
Well, because it was meant to encourage you to do that, and then trade it to people in the guild.
Within the guild, yeah.
And they could still,
like, obviously, it's going to start dropping off, right? So those opportunities to do all that. I don't know. Have you been on today? Is the same amount of people?
Today, because the vibes, I'll just say the vibes have been very, like, whack. Just
really?
Yeah, man. Just like, I don't know. Because it's like going, I'm not going to say all the shit, but obviously it was like, they made a big post in the general chat after, like, she went on Soda's stream and, like, explained everything, but that's, like, behind the scenes, and that was a huge vibe dampener, and then everyone was like, we love you, Vay, and all that, which also, it's like, credit where credit's due. Vay carried a lot of the beginning of OnlyFangs with the roleplay and stuff, and also, like,
yeah, I will say they not making it to raid because of people giving her shit.
Yeah, and this ties back into what I was saying with, like, why I'm surprised Soda Poppin even let, like, the whole he's a sweat, like, this shit happen after, like, the crap with the chatters and Vay and whatever, right? But it's taken, like, I'm not joking, it's taken, like, 2 to 3 days now. What are we on? Oh, I guess only 2 days. 2 days for the, like, vibe of the guild to kind of, like, come back. Because, like, I have to say, this is why it's such a bummer. Because even with me getting benched and everything, it's like the people I fucking met, played WoW with and fucked around, made jokes with, it's been like, I've enjoyed it, had fun doing all that. And then to have all this weird, like, friction and, yeah, and, like, all this weird ego shit. Like,
you know, might play some retail with them, season 2, Sintian.
Maybe probably
3 weeks.
I don't know, but yeah, it took like a while for the, like, kind of shenanigans to, like, pick back up, because I feel also everyone was like, okay, so Vay said what she said, but prior to that, this is like getting a bit, like, into the woods a bit, but prior to that was all the salty cunts in the general chat being like, I found his logs, like, this guy's a sweat there. Right, and then, like, after they did that and the witch hunt started, Vay then fucking gets on SodaStream and cries. And so everyone that was like in the general chat fucking around, like instantly regretted it, right? Like, and felt bad. So then like no one talked for like pretty much 2.5 days. Like no one talked for the day before the raid. No one really, like there were a few people saying like good luck or rip poke, like rip guys. Like there was a couple of those. But like no one was like rip Gunner, rip Annie. Like it all, like it was so silent, I guess. Everyone might have been watching it, to be fair. But
yeah.
Like, but no one wanted to even make jokes because like no one wanted to like, everyone felt like they were walking on eggshells, I'd imagine. But has like picked back up a bit too now, but the vibes were definitely off. And the Discord was dead. The Discord, dude, it was crazy. A day and a half out of the raid, when I got on at like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, normally there's still like, you know, a bunch of people. There would be like 3 of the channels full of like dungeon groups, like 15, 20 people in Discord chatting and shit. It was dead. No one wanted to log in and do anything because I didn't want to die in case I got named for the raid.
Yeah, they didn't want to get killed, and on top of the fact they would have been fixing their sleep schedule because it was such an early start too.
True, fair.
That'd be the same reason that the vibes would have been off for a day as well. So they're probably fucking sleeping, man. You put me in like, what did it end up being? Like 14 hours of fucking streaming, assuming you got on the 4 hours beforehand. Like that's a lot, dude. 14 hours of that level of streaming would be very intense.
Well, like the thing is, I don't want to go into detail on like what people are fucking whinging and moaning about in the general chat, but there was some vibe killer shit going on that made like people not want to like, you know, because like to be completely honest, it's a lot of like the 50 to like 200 viewer bracket people that have like fully bought in and are like enjoying hanging out with everyone, but no one wants to like, after all the drama, none of those guys want to like fucking get the Eye of Sauron fucking on them, you know what I mean, with like the chat drama and all the shit, you know, so which is fair enough. You know,
you can't be mad about that.
Yeah, just drop the link to the disc. Yeah, I'll put it in chat.
So the general future of the guild is they're gonna have to sort the consume problem at some point, because
there's no way you guys go to BWL.
I don't think so.
I'd love to see it though, but
why not? BWL's doable.
I think it's very hard to keep. It's hard to explain. Not like so much keep the hype, because I fucking hate that, but like keep like, it's hard to explain, but it's hard to keep the momentum.
40 people logging in.
No, it's hard to keep that momentum going, because it's not like, I don't think you guys will be able to just walk in to BWO. It's going to require like killing fucking Oni every week to get your cloaks, like clearing MC to get, you know, tier pieces and whatnot.
So you don't actually need the cloak. I accept doing this in hardcore is like balls to the wall, but you don't actually need the cloaks.
Sure.
So for now,
you can probably do it naked, but you know what I mean? Like it's what they're going to do.
The tanks need the cloaks. Can't get around it. But and they could get help from other guilds potentially.
No, they can't. That's the rules. That's what I'm saying. Like you can't.
Like they could just subvert it for fucking Oni cloaks.
Okay, then. Okay, all right. They could just get. Yeah. Okay.
No, Darkgale.
Yeah, like it's.
You can put 30 people behind the throne, by the way. Like it's been done.
Yeah, but if you're getting the bunch of the supposed non-sweats or whatever, like
like it's just easier to. And they want to do it properly. They don't want to cheese it.
Like I was surprised how big the area behind the throne that counts as safe is, because I forgot my cloak one week, and I had to raw dog do it by myself off just knowing where it is, and it honestly was not that bad.
Yeah, not on hardcore when it's like not like live or death.
I know, I had my world boss gun.
Oh, is it true? That's live or death. Yeah. Right. How long we got? We've only been going for like an hour and a half. I reckon we got enough time for the one topic everyone wants to hear about, and I reckon NT Wise cares more about this than I do. But apparently,
what do I care about?
Or just about like your fitness routine and how much weight, how much your weight you're lifting at the moment.
Fuck! I forgot to weigh myself. I literally commented.
Yeah,
true.
That's
what
I care about this actually. Yeah, let's weigh
we
in. Do we remember what we were at last week? I need to start writing notes. This is my bad. I apologize, everyone. What was that?
No, I'm being mean.
I was saying, what did you say though?
I said like 135, but I think it was like 110.3. Wasn't it something like that?
Oh, I think you might be right.
Or was it like 112 or some shit? I can't remember. But it's definitely.
I think you might be right.
114.
He'll tell us.
Do you want me to show it? You made me show it.
No, I actually trust you. Believe it or not.
Okay.
I know that's crazy, but I do.
Dead on.
115 dead.
Wait, you've gone up 5 since last week? Did we say 110 last week?
Maybe it was 14.
14.8. So I
think I think that rings a bell.
You should have taken a shit.
What's happened in the last week to get you to this point?
Well, to be fair, I literally ate just before.
And that's what we're all about, fairness here. Continue.
So that was probably not a very smart decision. I actually was intentionally meant to weigh myself before I started stream. I completely forgot. And then I ate like a whole HSP before coming on the podcast.
How many KFC adventures did we take this week?
In the last 2 weeks, we only had one, and that was to prove.
That's good. That's good. Are we actually trying?
Trying to do what?
You tell me, mate. This is your journey. Losing weight.
You're the one invested in it.
I'm only going off what you told me. You told me you were gonna.
We've been working on the cardio a bit more. I've done a few walks. I skipped taking the bus a couple times and walked halfway across the city. So that probably adds up. I fell asleep on the bus on Sunday and then had to walk halfway across the city. So that probably adds up quite a bit.
How often do you go for your walks?
Oh, I'd say every day. It's my main mode of transport. Aside from like the bus, but you have to walk to the bus stop and from the bus stop.
Do you think it is? I don't know if it's worth giving you a challenge. Are you up for a challenge?
It depends. I'll work out if I can do it.
Depends if I want to do it or not.
Yeah.
Well, that means if you want to do it, it's not really much of a challenge, then, is it?
No.
What I'm leaning towards is
it's just if I can do it without it being a massive grief.
Do you have? Well, I'm trying to work into your fucking schedule. Do you have a phone? Like, do you have an iPhone?
No, I don't have an iPhone.
I knew that. Well, you had an Android though, right?
Yeah, I had a.
Okay, sorry. I thought you were gonna be one of those weird people with like the old school flip phones.
Yeah.
Just like still rocking it.
Well, I can get a step tracker. If that's
you can get it on. What I'm thinking is like 10K a day
for 2 weeks.
Tracked on the phone, so it's going to be massively.
It works out. It's give or take. So sometimes you'll do a little bit like more than what it says, but sometimes you'll do a lot less than what it says. We could just do 5K a day.
Yeah, I feel like that's to start with.
I mean,
let's do 5K. Let's do 5K.
10K a day is doable because I would have been well over 10 today, but like I just.
Yeah, but that's an abnormal. But that means you don't have to do anything tomorrow, right?
Okay, so we're doing like
average it out.
Average 5 days, like 5K.
But not average. Like has to add up to the total of what 35Ks in the week. If we do 5.
And how are we recording this? Like fucking.
Oh, this is on you, mate. I can't be there for you recording it.
Just use your step count or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. That's why I asked if you had an iPhone, but you said you don't. I don't know how.
Yeah, does Android have a
step counter?
Don't they have like an inbuilt health app or something on
an iPhone?
Native?
I don't know about Android.
Yeah,
I'd have to have a look. See, I do have a smart watch thing that I actually specifically have to check. I was going to use it as a scuffed heart rate monitor for a horror game.
5Ks a day is like an hour walk, right?
It's not. It's nothing.
A bit more than that.
It's not even an hour.
But if you walk slow, I'm saying, but I don't know. But yeah,
I'm 11K today.
That's crazy. I'll check mine.
It's not. It's very. If you start doing your electrician stuff Todd, you'll fucking you'll smash that every day.
I did 50 kilometers overnight once playing Pokemon Go. That was actually insane though.
All right, so can we pencil you in for 5K a day?
I mean, I'm
starting
definitely
tomorrow.
doing more than 45 a week. That's 45. Oh,
so can I pencil you in? Very yes or no?
Yeah, I'll have to work out a way of doing it, but yeah.
I believe in you.
A lot of that walking.
All right, there we go.
Weight. That is a fact.
I did like 3K.
Because I do my shopping
I've done
and
nothing.
stuff, and I have to carry it home. And God forbid I have to take this one to the vet, and I have to carry your fat ass all the way to the vet. Yeah.
True.
All right, cool.
Huge.
I need to start doing stuff as
5K
well.
a day. Moving on.
Oh yeah, but are we going to talk about the weightlifting claim?
Yes, we are going to talk about that. So,
yeah,
I was the other day. Okay, I was minding my own business. I believe I was working, playing a bit of WoW, being a little bit of a naughty boy. And I received, and I assume Todd received the same message, but I received a message with a clip suggesting that you would be able to not only bench press Todd and myself, but you'd be able to out bench press both of us combined. True and or false?
No, I said it.
You said
I think it'll be a challenge.
You've had time to let it mellow, let it digest. I'm sure you went back and forth with a highly intelligent conversation with your chat about it.
Yeah.
Now you've had that time. Do you believe that you still would be able to back that up? Considering, let me just put this qualifier in. Considering you have no idea what Todd can bench or what I could bench.
Can't do a push-up to save his life. I don't think...
My point still stands in terms of benching.
I don't think you're benching over twice your body weight. That's sort of... There's some assumptions in here.
But you
there's
can,
some assumption
is what we're saying.
I won't...
but what you're suggesting is you can.
Bench twice my body weight. I think I can get close to it. That's where I'm at. Is like
what I would like to ask in that situation. What I would like to ask is, and I'm not having a go, but what makes you think that you can bench? I'm not saying I can, by the way, but what makes you think that you could bench double your body weight, but not so much myself or Todd?
Because I'm fucking crazy.
That's not
evident.
I've already lifted over my body weight, so I know that I can do that cleanly. I lifted up a cedar that would have been well over 100 kg over Christmas.
So recent.
Yeah,
how'd you lift it? Like with your legs?
Oh, I shouldn't be doing this. Good enough it hooked up. Like it's.
And you lifted a trailer. Is that what you're saying? Like what did you lift?
It's a thing you hook up to the tractor.
But what is it? Like a trailer thing?
No, it's like you hook it up to the tractor. It spreads.
But that's a completely different movement to say bench press, though.
Yeah. Also, does it have wheels?
It's a harder movement because you don't have handholds because you're not meant to do it.
But what is it? It's
so you're suggesting that you'd be able to do even more then?
Yeah. So that's like that wouldn't have been 200 kg. That's why I'm like. And now that I know the bar weighs 20 kg,
which was another point I wanted to bring up, because that's wild that you're so confident, but you didn't even know that the bar was 20 kg.
Yeah, that's because I didn't realize the bar had. I didn't realize the bar.
But this is what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to understand it from. I'm not actually necessarily having a go at you. I'm just trying to understand it from your point of view. Is that like how do you believe that you can do this kind of things when you haven't done it? I mean, when was the last time you did a bench press?
$7 years ago.
I'm assuming probably a while if you don't know.
Is it 2025? 8 years ago.
Okay. That was longer than I thought. So you haven't bench pressed for 8 years. You didn't know that the bar was 20 kgs.
Yeah,
but you're still confident that you could not only out-bench one of us, but both of us at the same time.
Yeah,
would you be able to recognize that some people might not find that to be
Believable.
truthful. Yeah.
What was that? You said fruitful.
Believable.
Believable? I mean, it'd definitely be a challenge. I sort of said it off the cuff because my stream's been giving me hella shit. I don't know how much NTYs can bench. Maybe he's.
But the thing is, that's another point. But you don't know, but you still are very confident.
Yeah,
that's what I don't understand.
What is your combined bench? Because I reckon.
No. It's not about that. You actually might be. That's the thing. You actually might be able to. I have no pride when it comes to lifting. I truly don't. Right?
How much?
You might be able to.
But
the thing is, but you have no. My issue is that you have no idea yet. You're so confident.
Keep talking.
Do you understand where I'm coming from, or does it not make sense?
I mean, like I get where you're coming from because it's not like I'm doing feats of fucking strength on stream. It's like,
and that's oh my god, you're proving my point. So you're not doing it. You haven't done it for 8 years. You didn't know you didn't know the bar was 20 kg. You have no idea how much myself or Todd can bench press. Yet all these combined, you're still just adamant that you'll be able to outbench people.
If I could show you some of the stuff I've lifted like over the last year, you'd be like, that's.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's the same. It's the same with the javelin thing. You make all these like amazing
the javelin's harder to believe. Like I don't believe the javelin. Like,
you're right. You're right. You're right. On that one, the fact that you think that you want us to believe that you can throw an Olympic level, I agree. That is more
unbelievable.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
I think I can compete at a few things at Olympic level, but that's.
Beside the point, let's not bring that up right now.
Is not much. Like,
do you find it quite ironic that you make all these like massive? These are massive claims, by the way. And not if you just said, "Oh, Tyson, I think I could outbench press you," I'd be like, maybe, yeah, okay. But like the fact that you've said 2 people, okay.
I'll go a bit meaner. I'm pretty confident I can definitely outbench press you, unless.
Possibly.
You are just one of the fucking strongest people in Australia. I think I got you.
Mate, if you're out there throwing an Olympic level fucking javelin, you probably will beat me.
Well, the Olympic level javelin, like there's such a big, like, you don't understand. The top guy last time who set a world record, like an unbeaten world record with the new javelin, he's 20-something meters ahead of the guy at the bottom of that at the Olympics. So when I say Olympic level, I'm talking somewhere in that bracket. So it's only like a 70-meter javelin, but that is with the new javelin, so that's down.
Can you also? Can I just jump in and say, you saying you've lifted a lot of stuff? I'm imagining you just fucking lifting shit like squatting and just lifting shit with your legs. Like that doesn't equate to a bench press.
Yeah, it's completely different movement.
I don't always get those kind of holds. Like it just like.
What
help
I mean,
out with stuff.
you're
like,
lying on your back and like pressing like this. You're lying on the ground.
It's completely different
your back,
movement.
like this, and lifting 120 kilos like this over your head with your back with no other muscle.
I envy your self-confidence. I truly do.
Hey, Todd, and this will be good for you. If you can do 20 proper form push-ups, you can bench your body weight easily. That's what that is. That's a relatively direct translation.
Sort of, but you realize,
please, I'm sorry, I have to fact check you on this one. How do you come to that conclusion? Is that a well-known thing?
That's how you, like, what do you mean? Like you're doing,
I don't know any way to explain that.
Multiple push-ups of your body weight.
So you do 20 push-ups?
The same motion as bench press.
Sort of.
So if you do 20, but you said it as a matter of fact.
20's overshooting it. The reality is, if you can do it at all without relying on your legs, you're probably all good.
I'm like, just from, I've been doing some simple maths at school lately. Okay, when you do a fucking push up, okay, this is like just minimizing that fact a bit. Your feet are touching the ground, so you're not pushing all of your weight with your arms. So it'd actually be slightly less than your max body weight.
That's why the proper form comes in. Because you shouldn't, as Skywalker said, you shouldn't be using your legs in a push-up.
Sure, that's right. I'll have them
that's why
floating
I gave
on the
multiple
ground.
reps. You're not relying on your legs.
Yeah.
You made a point that is intrigued me. You said if I was to out bench press you, I would have to be one of the biggest lifters in Australia.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, how much do you think I would need to bench press to beat you?
I reckon 200 is like a good fucking.
Yeah, I can't. I'm sorry. Yeah, I can't. I can't, boys. Sorry, I cannot bench press. I can't get one rep. There's no chance I'd be able to get one rep out of fucking 200. That's insanity.
Like I would give it a go. I'm confident it wouldn't kill me. So I wouldn't try to do anything.
I mean, if you did, it wouldn't kill you if you had a spotter.
Oh no, I would fuck having a spotter, dude. I'd rather.
So not only would you lift 200 kilos, you would do it without a spotter, with ease, or?
Oh no, it'd be hard. The 200 is finding out where my limit is. But
that's your limit. I reckon 200. So potentially a little bit more, maybe like 205, maybe probably.
I don't know if I'd push past 200. Like 200
that's
is
the limit.
Like,
200.
If I can do 200, anything further is like how you end up dead.
I'm curious, how much is like? I actually don't even know. Is bench press part of the Olympics?
Nah,
it wouldn't be, right? There has to be world championship fucking bench press or something.
There's some guy that's benched 400, I believe.
Of course, yeah, I know. But the fact that you could do half of that is fucking insane.
And you guys remember Liam? This, I don't think either of you two would remember this, but he was my hot hunk that I had come over and shave my head.
The world record bench press is 635 kgs.
I mean, the fact that you could do a third of that is bonkers still.
It's not that impressive.
It's not that impressive, he says. Wow. Okay.
100 what? How much was it?
Not that impressive.
100, but what the world record?
Well,
it was 100.
600, and I said, it said you'd be able to do a third of that, and he said doing a third of 600, so 200, isn't impressive. Just so, like, I go to the gym every day. Yes, I do not do weights every single day. Tomorrow is, thankfully, it's a weights day, so maybe I'll do bench press tomorrow, and I'll be able to check in and let you know where I'm at. Definitely won't be 200. But the thing is, I train with, like, dudes that are just fucking monsters, okay? And they can't even do 200.
Yeah. I feel like 120 to 130, 135 is for people that aren't on roids, that are gym junkies.
I wouldn't be able to do 130, 120. I know, but
I have a friend of mine that's like jacked.
I know someone
and it's like that's like a max
240. He used to be on the same fucking rugby league team as me, and that wasn't counting the bar, which is apparently fucking 20.
Not apparently, it is. That's the way it is.
Yeah, so
everyone knows this.
Are you getting pounds and kilos like confused?
Was 240.
This
you gotta understand, I've never counted the bar weight. Whenever I've done any sort of
sounds like you haven't counted anything because you have done it in 8 years.
Yeah,
do you not think that that's a little bit insane? That what you're saying you lifted. To be honest, have you ever lifted 200? 8 years ago, did you lift 200?
No.
So you just think you can do it?
So we're just saying things now. We're just throwing numbers out there.
No. 8 years ago, I was doing 120. Apparently, because the bar's fucking 20. I was intentionally doing 100.
Where has 80 kilos come from in 8 years?
The fact that I'm fucking 50 kilos heavier.
That doesn't. Oh my god. So training, but you got fatter.
No training.
And that means
I have been trained. Like, what do you mean no training? Like no
bench press training. We asked you. You said you have.
What do you mean? You lifted some stuff at the farm. Like, what are we saying?
You're lifting stuff all the time.
What do you mean? Yeah, but you're doing like 100 kilo like max rep bench presses, fucking 4 days a week, and increasing your max like rep. Out. Like, what are we talking about? you lifted some shit around the house.
I'm mostly worried about cardio. I'm not that worried about fucking getting too much stronger.
Cardio literally reduces your muscle capacity, like in power for lifting.
Only if you're cutting, which is why we're not.
No, if you're trying to do deadlifts and you go fucking running, the way your muscles, like, running will help your max, like, squat to some extent because it'll make your muscles stronger. But, like, if you'll get to a point where your muscles for running and your muscles for fucking squatting, like a max squat, you have to kind of pick one or the other. If you keep running, it'll, like, reduce your gains from your squat. Like, do you know what I mean?
Only if you're doing it directly after the other.
No. Like, if you're trying to, like, get your thighs as big as... Okay, this is, like, some fucking year 12 science shit. There's, like, fast twitch and slow twitch muscle fibers that, like, directly correlate to different, like, activities. And so you'll max out... Like, if you want to get faster at running, you need more of one. Like, you need more fucking slow twitch, right? And if you want to get better at squatting...
Powerlifters don't do cardio. We're not talking about powerlifter level weights. Like, I'm not talking
But
about...
you're saying you, like, haven't been training and you've been doing cardio. I don't know. Whatever. I'm just saying, like, it trains different fucking muscle, like, fibers that affect both differently. And doing cardio, like, reduces the capacity for the other. Like...
I'm not saying I can lift 200. 200 is a theoretical lift that I would try. I'm confident that I wouldn't bungle it so bad I end up dead on the bench, right?
Okay, what is you're comfortable you'll be able to get 100% with ease, just one rep?
Well, with ease is unfair. I don't think you go over fucking...
As in you get it, you just get it,
you get one rep out.
Yeah.
What can you do?
I'm back
I'd
down.
be surprised if I was under 160. I think 160 would be not that.
Yeah, that's insane. Even one for 160 is insane if you haven't done it in 8 years.
That's me and NTYs, like, sitting on the bar at either
Well, I've essentially done...
Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, and
Darko, you're basically saying you could lift me up my entire 100 kilo body weight with one arm.
I've already
with
told
one
you this.
arm.
I told you this like a
with
year ago.
One
I
arm.
can lift you up.
Like, with one arm.
What do you mean one arm?
Well, if you're going to do 200 kilos and I weigh 100 kilos, you need to just grab me by the fucking balls, one arm, and lift me over your head. Like, what are we talking about?
I will say the bench has a pretty good handhold. So that's part of the Cedar conversion is your hand holds are non-existent because you're not meant to lift the fucking thing. You are meant to lift a bar. Like, you have a fucking handhold.
Yeah. Do you reckon you even have the grip strength to, like, hold 200 kilos in your hand?
Like, I'd like to hope so, because that's what I've mostly
I'd like to as well if you're making these fucking claims.
Yeah, like...
At what point do you have to start, like, proving some of these? Because this is the second one that you've claimed that you can do. Like, I feel like at some point it's not very fair for you to keep saying these things and not back them up. And I feel like doing a bench press is a lot easier. It's not illegal. You don't have to carry around a weapon that somehow is not allowed in New Zealand. You are able to do a bench press very fucking easily. I feel like we're at the point now where you've made these claims. It's time to show up or shut up.
I don't know if encouraging him to go try lift 200 kilos above his head with no spotter
I'd
is
be
a good idea.
happy with 120. 120, bro.
Your 120 is your max bench. What's your max bench, Todd?
I'm like being overconfident saying like 80 kilos, mate. Like, what are we talking?
80 kilos is still really fucking good, by the way.
That's insane. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm being overconfident.
I don't think I'd be able, to be honest, I don't think I'd even be able to do 120. I'm being dead serious. I would attempt it, but I don't think I'd get it.
See, that's how I feel about 200. I'd attempt it. I'm not 100% that I'd get that.
Like, okay, just for, like, this is like me talking in past tense, this is pre-stream so everyone can go cap. But like, when I was talking about how I used to go running and shit in between AV queues and shit, I was doing like 2 to 5 kilometers every day. And then I was going to the gym on top of that as well. And I could listen to me, I could max out with 12 kilo single bicep curls. I could do like 11 or 12 before I'd fucking max out. For a full bench press, 80 kilos is in. I know I'm fucking lying to myself saying I could do 80 kilos right now with no training. It'd probably be more like 20 kilos with the bar, 20 kilos with the bar, maybe like 2 plates. So what are we saying? Like
that's
60 kilos? That's more realistic with no training. I could probably do 180 like
70 kg, and 70 kg on my frame is no muscle mass near death. I was doing 100, 2 plates.
Yeah, Darkgale. So like, bro, you've eaten KFC and walked to the bus stop, and you're claiming that your max weight count has gone up by 50 kilos. Just because you got fat.
Todd, there's
like,
no
what are we
way
talking about?
Between AVQs.
They were an hour and a half long, DG. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, but there's no way you were running 4K unless your metabolism.
You're telling me.
Bro.
You're telling me. What do you mean?
If I was running 4K every AVQ while I did,
I do it once during
the. I would look like Ziz, bro. Like,
okay. I didn't say that. You're adding.
Lift like him.
You're adding shit in there. I didn't say that. I do it once. I said I would do it once a day. But like I do it every day. Like
okay.
Like so I was running, I had fitness.
I run more than that.
Okay.
I don't wanna veer too far off the beaten path here. Yeah. But I wanna bring it back. I think it's time that you start showing or at least proving that you can do some of these claims, because I don't think it's unfair, and I'm saying this in the nicest way possible. I don't think it's unfair for us to question some of these.
Like, you realize that these clips come about because my chat's pestering about me. Like,
yeah, that's fine, but then you're doubling down.
Yes, I can. It's not a question.
So did someone ask you if you could lift both of us?
No, someone was like, "Can you outlift Dims? Fucking Todd's gonna do that."
Okay, so you said it.
I'm just like, bro, you're not understanding. I can probably outlift both of them together.
Okay,
like,
so no one forced you to say it.
I never said I didn't say it. I'm just saying these clips aren't coming because I've come back from the gym.
No,
and I'm
sure,
like,
but then you're not like.
Yeah. I did 200. That's better than Tim's and fucking.
That's more of an excuse
that
not
would be
to
crazy though. That would be way better, DG.
Yeah, like that would.
Holy shit!
Yes.
Just take the guy at the gym, take like a 2-second video of you doing it, and then we'll fucking play it on stream or whatever.
Yeah, I actually thought this was gonna be the fucking clip. I've been getting really pestered by it this week while I've been doing AV. I've said some mad shit. The maddest one, and this.
Just so you know, you can say what you want now, but I'm going to bring it back to you actually proving this. But yep, go. I'm not letting you get away from
it. Also, wait, listen, DG, if you're about to...
It's not a priority in my life to prove people wrong. Like,
yeah, but you're about to bring up
no one's gonna believe
craziest thing you've just said this week.
Believe me. I don't give a shit.
Like,
you should.
If you bring up the craziest thing that you said this week now, no one's compelling you to do this. So as soon as it comes out of your mouth, it's real.
Yeah.
It's real, DJ. As soon as it comes out of your mouth, you've said it on the podcast in front of me and NT-Wise, and in no way are we telling you to say the craziest thing that you've done this week. Okay, now tell us the craziest thing you said this week. Go on.
You just said not to say it. What are you on, cunt?
No, you can, but you can't then say the chat made you do it.
The one I thought I was going to get grilled about, because honestly, it's way crazier than this, is I reckoned I could outbench everyone who's watched my stream back to back.
Oh, you said you could beat them in a fight.
Oh, yeah, I said that before, but the fight's way easier, honestly. They're doing but
do you understand where we're coming from with this shit? You have no information from about these people that have watched your stream.
Bro, I've fought like 1,000 people. I'm not worried about fucking people who are watching Twitch, bro.
So do you think that there'd be UFC fighters that watch Twitch, right?
not watching me, so it was specifically.
You don't know that. That's it, and this is our point. You have no idea.
I'm gonna say it. I'd beat Izzy easy. Like that. That's not a fight that I'm worried about. Like that.
Are you being dead serious?
Wait. Did you say you beat Izzy on
it? You're legit. You're delusional. I really try and do my best to give you the outs, but you're genuinely delusional. Genuinely.
What? There's.
Bro,
that's insane.
That's just
Like, I'm not worried about.
Oh wait. Oh. Okay. I don't know if I don't know if like all the money.
No training whatsoever.
Account,
I have training.
do you reckon if I offered Izzy all the money in the world, he would fight Darkgale?
What have you got? Have you got a belt in anything? Let me guess. No. Someone taught you something, and now you know. You watched a YouTube video or
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
YouTube videos.
Okay, so have you got a belt in anything?
No, I don't have a belt in anything.
Yeah, okay, so you have no formal training. So I was right.
I wouldn't say that, but that's...
you wouldn't. The rest of the world would.
Fair enough.
But to say you could beat Izzy on that, you have to be trolling, DG. Like, what?
No,
what's your reasoning? How do you even
he's no evidence?
He's a fighter, bro. He's fighting decisions. He's not winning anything in the fucking street. Like, what do you mean?
What would you? What's the big difference about street fighting to fighting in the octagon?
Kick him in the nuts or something.
Boss Rutan is the big difference. Since Chewy brought it up, that's a huge difference. So, Izzy is a trained kickboxer. He's trying to keep range. You can't necessarily keep range in the street. And two, I can just fucking.
There'd be opportunities to kick more range in the street, though.
Like, there's nothing he can fucking do about it.
I want to hear what would you do to beat him? You just grab him, is what you said.
I'd just rush him. Like he wouldn't know what to do. He's used to having a finite cage.
Do you think it's possible that you wouldn't be able to rush him? You wouldn't be able to catch up to him even if he's backpedaling. You still think you'd be able to push him?
Oh yeah, it's not even a question.
You just run at him.
Question. So you could what you're saying is you could basically out cardio him.
What? What did you say?
If he's backpedaling, right? You're trying to push him. He just keeps backpedaling. Then it becomes like just a battle of endurance, right? Of cardio. You're saying that you'd be able to still be able.
He can't backpedal as fast as I go forward.
You're insane.
I don't think you're understanding.
I don't think you understand reality.
Run someone down.
So what are you saying? Like, Izzy doesn't even know you're coming, and you just come around the corner full pelt and like tackle him. Is like what you're saying, and that means you won the fight. Like, what are we talking about? I wouldn't even
necessarily say you have to tackle. I mean, you can just go straight into an elbow from that point, and that's.
When was the last time? And don't push it back on me and say, well, what do you mean by a fight? When was the last time you self-described fight that you were in?
18.
So
Jesus Christ.
Over a decade ago.
Yeah.
You got into a fight.
And somehow, there's no fight training since then. No physical fights then. Be able to beat a fucking UFC fucking murderer.
Didn't he only just recently
I wouldn't call him a UFC murderer personally.
Yeah, well,
he reigned.
You also think that you could beat him in a fight, so there's not really we can't really take your word on much.
I'd be more worried about again, like Dan Hooker, people like Carlos Ulberg.
There were,
like,
you know what?
Style is
You've said some wild things. By far, this is the most wild. But this was I've always actually wanted to ask you if you think that you could like compete in the UFC, right? And I would always stop myself because I would always think, no, it's a stupid question because there's no way he possibly thinks that. But you think that you'd be able to compete. Easily.
So many UFC.
So now we add 100-meter javelin throw.
He's insane.
He's insane. Stood there frozen getting hit. I can do better than that.
100-meter javelin throw.
Anyone can do better than that, bro.
180 to 200 kilo bench press, and you're gonna fight anyone in the world pretty much like on that level to be at the top of the UFC in that like category of fighter. The fact that you said you could beat Izzy, it's
insane.
I wouldn't beat Izzy in the UFC. Let's get that.
It's the close quarters that gets him. But you'd be able to push him even quicker, Bar.
Yeah, like what are we saying?
Yeah, but there's rules in the UFC. Like there's all the downed opponent rules and stuff. So you get rid of the point fighting.
They let the pussies up. That's what it is.
Where you just want to do fucking.
And then there's also
12-1 elbows on his head.
15-minute rounds. If he clinches me, I'm fucked. So if you clinch in the street,
how many
you're going to have a really bad time.
How many curbs?
I've never seen clinching work out in the street.
How many curb stomps have you done, DG? Is that what you're saying? You just want to curb stomp Izzy in a street fight? Like that's why you.
If he had to, he would, mate.
Oh, yeah.
If he had to, mate.
Fuck me. This is insanity.
What is
That's
what? So, do you think you'd be able to? Okay, so even in a UFC setting, in the octagon,
and this is where I go. Sorry to go back to chat. Like Rampage Jackson's a fucking terrifying fighter because again, he would just rush you.
Okay,
and in the street, that's so effective. Like it's unbelievably effective.
Within the UFC, in the octagon, the rules are in place. Do you think you would be able to compete in your weight class?
In my current weight class?
Yes, current weight class. Would be heavyweight, I assume.
Heavyweight's fucking dead. So, like...
So you said yes?
Heavyweight doesn't even have skill to, like...
Okay, so yes?
Oh, yeah. In heavyweight's a joke.
Do you think you'd be able to win the belt?
No, I can't beat Tom Aspinall.
Go back a couple years. What about, like, Yoel Romero and, like, that era of heavyweight? John Jones.
Well, Yoel Romero is not a heavyweight. John Jones only just became a heavyweight. I don't think I can beat.
They were going to fight at like.
You don't think so? There's a potential. There's a fighter's chance.
Well, Yoel Romero is such a weird thing because he seems like he's built out of titanium. Like I'd have to punch the guy tonight. It's one of those things like. Are the UFC fighters bitches and they're just hurting their hands, or is actually just built of titanium and it's fucked and there's screw all you can do to him? Because I mean, Izzy dropped him and so did Rob. So like,
yeah, probably because he was so like dehydrated. But yeah,
it's just hard to tell with Yoel Romero. Like I honestly, and that was past his prime too. Like Yoel Romero is such a freak of nature. It's hard to know, but like, there's no way I beat Tom Aspinall or John Jones. Like that's.
Darkgale versus Mark Hunt actually would be insane, but
it wouldn't be insane. It'd be the easiest fight of my fucking life, dude.
Mark Hunt.
You're fucked in the head. You're more fucked in the head than he is after all the fucking blows to the head the cunt's taken. That is insane.
He used to literally
that is so insane.
On K Road in Auckland. He used to just bash cunts in the weekend. Like the fuck you make But everyone, this is what people don't understand. Mark Hunt isn't even special by New Zealand standards.
Okay.
There's 100, maybe even 1,000 of him walking around Auckland at any given point.
True, like and you beat them all. That's right. With
when you haven't been in a fight for over 10 years, Darkgale. How are you this confident?
Because Mark Hunt hasn't had a fight in 10 years. Like, fuck you mean?
Okay, then how are you going to beat Izzy? You haven't had a fight. How are you going to beat Izzy? You haven't had a fight in 10 years. How can you be this confident in defeating anyone within the UFC?
Izzy in a street fight is very different to Izzy in a cage. He's a kickboxing point fighter.
He can still. Do you think he doesn't have knockout power? Or?
I mean, it depends how flush you're gonna get hit, and if you're
that's part of the game. No one knows.
You do know because you have to leave the opening. Like most of the people he knocked out.
So you reckon you could out technique Izzy?
You can't even. You
can't
out technique him. That's the point. I can nullify Izzy's technique.
So you just run in head first, get like kneed in the fucking face, and collapse.
No, well that's the point. You stop
like. With what your arms like this.
The other thing is that Izzy's really tall.
We're talking about trained fighters here, okay, who are fucking conditioned, right? I would go as far to say majority of people who have an inkling of knowing how to fight would be able to beat you purely based on your cardio levels.
Yeah, and
they could just run circles around you. And you wouldn't be able to last a round in the UFC, let alone fucking beat someone.
Yeah, and that's why I said Izzy will beat me in the UFC.
You don't think that applies in the street?
There's no rounds there's no rounds in fucking street fighting.
Exactly.
They could just make you run forever and you'll die.
You can't just run around forever. You just wait for him at that point. Like,
no, you don't get a break. There's no bell after 2 minutes of cardio to like save you. Then you're just huffing and puffing, and he like caves your head in.
I
Like,
get
what
that
are we
I'm talking
about?
to people that haven't had a fight, but most street fights aren't lasting.
Oh my god!
Seconds.
Says the person who hasn't had a fight in 10 years.
Yeah, like over 10 years.
I had like 1,000 fights before that. Like, at what point do you fucking start going? Oh, well, you haven't done in 10 years. The game's completely changed.
You also said you've been shot, so like, it's very hard to keep track of everything.
And some of these are like one-shotting, like.
Yeah,
civilians.
you kept arguing what the fights were.
I've never attacked someone that didn't attack me.
Oh god, I don't want to get.
If
you've had over 1,000 people try and fight you, maybe you're the problem.
Yeah, New Zealand's pretty violent. Like, there's full disclosure. Like,
full disclosure,
and this is where like you guys really like, oh, Mark Hunt, but I'm like, bro, you can go to any pub in South Auckland and see some cunt like Mark Hunt fighting this weekend. Like, you can just go there, have a drink outside, and watch the fireworks happen. And there'll be a bouncer that's like Mark Hunt. They're doing it as well. Like, it's. I
can't save you. I can't save you. You just talk way too much.
The Jake the Muss comment's actually a good one. There's It's sort of a documentary because it is based on true events. What's it called with Jack the Muss? But that's a really good thing to watch. Can't do it on stream content because it'd be Twitch TOS at your fucking behind.
Fighting people in the street.
That's a pretty
where a bit.
Once we're Warriors, that's it. I was like,
oh yeah, okay, but
once we're Warriors, like that's a pretty standard experience.
I would like to see how confident you are if you actually got into a fight and actually won one in the last fucking 3 years, let alone fucking 10.
It's because most people are not fucking muppets getting into fights all the time.
Would you get into a boxing ring with like headgear and shit and just fight like an amateur person just to like show your skill? Like, what are we saying? It's like, do you know what I mean?
How would that show your skill?
Because if like an amateur person like managed to run rings around you in a boxing ring,
yeah, you wouldn't last. You'd die. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And
you can do it MMA or whatever.
Beat me in boxing. Like,
yeah, what? MMA. We'll do MMA. Like, sure, it could be like an MMA, but it's like, you know what I mean? Like, what are we saying? So like the stipulation here is you like can't kick them in the balls or like fucking kick them in the head when they're on the ground. Like, what are we talking about? Like, do you know what I'm saying? I don't see how like it translates. Street fighting Izzy Adesanya means you can't beat like a amateur
Izzy
fighter.
Cardio me in MMA. It's not even a question. Like he'd point fight it.
Well,
I just don't understand how you can be so confident in something you haven't done in over 10 years.
Because you don't magically. Oh, I've completely forgotten how to fight today. Oh.
Yeah.
Yep. It does happen.
It's like it's insane. I used to play soccer at a high. I played soccer at a reasonably high level. I haven't played soccer in 4 years. There is no fucking way I would be able to perform it the way I did back when I was playing full time. No.
Have you been eating KFC over the past couple of years though?
No, to be honest, I'm actually fitter now than what I was when I was at my height when I was playing soccer, and I still wouldn't be able to play as good.
Yeah. Well,
like, I will say soccer is more technical than fighting, in my opinion. Like high level soccer techniques are definitely harder to execute.
Fuck it up. Well,
I don't like.
I was gonna say, is there any takeaway to this? Like, is there any at all? Darkgale
for me?
No, I don't know. Yeah, if you want.
My takeaway is that he's more.
And
I'm saying this in the nicest way possible. I truly am. I'm not trying to be mean, but he's far more delusional than I initially thought. I thought he was just like super confident in himself, and that's really good. I actually envied some of the confidence that you had in yourself. But when you start saying that you can fucking beat Izzy in a fight, it's just, I'm sorry, mate, but that's just delusion at this point. particularly even if you were like smashing cunts every weekend now, right? I'd be like, okay, well, he's very confident. He'd probably still get his head kicked in from Izzy, but at least he's backing it up on the weekends. You haven't had a fight in 10 years, and you reckon you can beat this person who's fighting all the time?
Izzy's last head kick KO knockout. Like, I'm less worried about Izzy's head kick.
You're watching it on your computer at home while you eat KFC. What are we doing here?
Yeah, rebuttal Darkgale, and then I think we'll wrap it up.
Oh, I'm not that worried about an Israel head kick KO. Israel's main KOs are fucking his punches, and that's because he's a really good counter puncher. But there's only so much of that you can do. Like, most of his fights, it's a decision. He fights the UFC and kickboxing very well, but he's a decision fighter. You're not going the distance in the street. Like, it's just not happening.
Okay,
I'm not worried about his BJJ and grappling, because if he went to take me down, that'd be as disastrous as me taking him down.
But I just want to say my final point in this is now another, possibly the most outrageous claim that you've made. But again, this is another claim you've made that you can't back up.
Yeah, I'm not going to go pick a fight with Izzy.
I know, that's what I'm saying. You can't back it up. But when you have claims where you can, maybe you should. Like, bench press is the easiest one.
Yeah, I just don't have a bench sitting around. And neither does any
You know
of my
what?
friends.
I'm just going to fucking say it. I'm just going to say it. How much is like a cheapo bench? I reckon if you did a fucking sub goal, cunts would dono goal, cunts would do it. I'll fucking do it.
Bench, I'll die.
Cunt, I'll chuck in 50
Bro,
bucks.
if the bench breaks, you fucking eat shit. Like, that's so bad. No, like, you gotta do it properly. There's some vague plans. There's some talks going on to try to do some gym streams that I think could be good content. Just rock up, be like, yeah, I paid my $10 to be here. Let me film the whole gym. Like, what? Do you actually expect me to do that? Because that's you
just go to the gym, right? You set up your phone next to it. Everyone does this. Okay, you set up the phone so you're not showing any other people. So don't go into that. Don't try and catch me on that. And be like, oh, it's illegal.
Okay, so now,
people do this all the time.
A video,
you put it. Yes, you record it. Yes, you record it. Everyone does this. You record a video so it's not showing anyone. Okay, and you can do it in certain angles where it allows for you to be the only person that can be seen. Okay, and you do it. You'd be able to do it in an afternoon. It's not illegal. Don't even try and start that stuff. I don't care if it's in New Zealand.
It's edited. I just don't see
I'll dying on that hill with you. We'll definitely be able to tell if it's edited or not. And I don't think you have the capability to edit something like that.
I don't have the capability to edit shit.
Exactly. I don't think anyone here does, by the way. I don't. Like,
I don't know. It's definitely been a thing that I've seen with online creators that the second they prove something, they go, "Oh, it's edited."
I don't know. I don't think that's true at all. I feel like you're just trying to get out of actually doing it.
No,
even if that's the case, even if you made a believer out of Todd and myself, and we backed you every time people brought it up in chat, wouldn't that be enough?
Yeah, but I say stupider shit like fighting Izzy, like the bench.
No. So let's stay on track. But would that not be enough?
I don't care about it as is.
I don't think you do care because I don't think you have any intention of backing anything you say up. Like, I don't think it comes across your mind. I feel like you just say things because you don't think you actually have to actually back it up at all. No, and you'd be like, I can say this because whatever.
That's not the thought process. I just say what's on my mind. I don't even think you're adding.
I know that's that's what I'm saying. You don't think.
Yeah, but you're saying that I think that I can get away with saying that. I don't.
Yeah, by not. Yeah.
Like.
Because you have no intention of proving anything.
Some guy could try punch me in the street. Like.
We're not talking about fighting. We're talking about bench press because it was the easiest one.
The javelin throw.
No, javelin throw we can't do because it's illegal. Right? We're staying on bench press.
I'm also trying to solve that because
okay, well, it's been quite a while. It's been like 3 months. So let's stick with bench press.
It's not been 3 months. I found out that it was not really going to be feasible due to the nature of it being classed as a deadly weapon over just before Christmas, technically.
Okay, so 2 months. Or a month and a bit. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It's semantics. It doesn't matter. We're sticking with bench press, right? So what's the bench press excuse? Or are we going to do that one?
No, as I said, I was already planning on trying to organize something at the gym anyway, because I think that would be good stream.
Like this week?
And... No, you can't. Like,
oh,
how many
why is that? Why are you angry at that question? Why is that?
How many stream ideas are you executing this week, MP-wise?
I don't stream.
How many fucking?
I'm going to the gym tomorrow, though.
I'm
going to the gym tomorrow.
And you're gonna film your set and post it to Twitter, are you? Like,
no, but I'm also not making claims that I can fucking lift at an Olympic level.
I'm not claiming that I can lift at an Olympic level. Lifting
or a very high world championship level.
Yeah, 200 kilos.
World championship level's like 600.
For the Australian world record, no, it wasn't. The Australian
world record.
Well, the Australian record was like 300 kg. Like,
is it really only 300 kg in Australia?
Only, by the way.
Yeah.
And New Zealand record. Well, I'm just wondering if I
know bench press purely. Anyway, bro, we're not. You can look at that off stream, NT-wise.
20 minutes.
Instead of like arguing anymore, going in circles. Okay.
I'm not letting this go, by the way. I'm going to bring this up every single podcast we have. I think you should be done by next podcast. That 2 weeks is more than enough.
What? Just go to a gym?
Yeah, go to the gym and film yourself for fucking legit 20 minutes tops. One warm-up set. Bro,
I think
do 120.
Christ.
It's 80 less than what you think you can do.
I can definitely do 120.
You definitely
that's not a question. That's.
You also said you could beat fucking Izzy in a fight, so.
Yeah, lots of claims going on here.
Lots of no backing up though.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna put in a countdown right now. I'm gonna set the raid up. Here we go. Darkgale. Research how much the fucking New Zealand record is. I don't even know what the world record is. It's kind of beside the point.
Like we keep it super well by the looks of it. Like,
so
maybe that's the same for Australia. Like, it just seems like there's one here saying it's 185, but I know people that have lifted more than that while being children. So like I don't understand how that can be the case. There's something here on the New Zealand Herald where a woman did 320. So there you go.
I'm going. See you later.
Yeah. See you, Anti-Wise.
See you later. Whatever. See you. Peace.
It's okay. See you guys. Oh, good lord.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find a bench that I can film at. I'm not super confident in just raw dog going, here's a cheapy gym, let me fucking film. I'd be super worried about my phone getting fucking nicked, to be honest.
Just ask like the guy behind the counter, tell him you're about to set like the fucking gym lift record.
It won't be though. Like,
look, bro, we got 10 seconds. We got 10 seconds, Darkgale. Say goodbye. See you, Amadou.
Goodbye.
See you, everyone.
Bye,
see you, Teethy, CBH, Twisted.